What's going on, everybody? It's Harry Sachs with Exploding Blue Balls Entertainment. How y'all doing tonight? What's going on, guys? Yeah, we missed a few weeks there. We had some crazy stuff going on. I've been down and out. This week's been bad. I'm doing better today. Fibro turning up to 11. It's been kind of that kind of week. But today we went to the park and had some nice away time from everything and let the kids play. So it was a beautiful day out today. So today we are going to be reading a few of George Medina's books. The link is in the comments where you can find these books if you like what you hear. And there's also a link for an Indiegogo that is going on right now that they have that is a intro book. So we're going to do the live read. We're going to read WonderDuck and Russ some number. Hold on. Let me look. It is 5377. Yeah, I'm trying to remember that. I'm like, whatever. And so, Seth was spotted today driving through downtown Massachusetts there. And apparently he went to go pick up some get well balloons or something. I don't know what he was doing, but definitely the Hallmark Channel is getting in contact with him. So I don't know. So how is everybody doing tonight? Hey, Wendy. What are we reviewing tonight? What's going on, Smithers? What's up, Brian Rodman? What's going on, everybody? So we are reading WonderDuck. We're going to start with that. I read this one. I did not read Russ 5377 just because I thought it would be fun. I did look through it, of course, to make sure I wasn't going to get banned on Facebook or YouTube. But I wanted to be like natural responses for the one book. WonderDuck I read, and I liked it. I like to see where it's going. So he reached out to me after I had Jonathan... Here we go again. Jonathan Zyfax on Tuesday, and he was like, hey, I'm a friend of Jonathan's. I seen your show. Check out my books. I'd love to be on your show. So we actually have a show scheduled coming up in a few weeks where we're going to talk to George. So I reached out to him, and I said, hey, you sent me these books to look at. Do you care if I do a live reading and review? And he's like, no, man, go for it. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I have permission. We are going to pop this bad boy up on screen right meow. Give me just a second here. And we're going to have a few guests come on tonight, too, after we do the live read. We're going to get their reactions. Hopefully, they're watching right now. Here we go. Share screen. And we're going to give it the full screen. Hopefully, everything works good tonight. So, let's see here. Let me zoom out a little bit for everybody. And we're going to go to full screen layout. Zoom out a little bit here so everybody can see everything. All right, so we have first book of the night is going to be WonderDuck by George Medina and those other fellows. I don't know what their names are. I haven't talked to them. So this is the Furorian Takeover Part 1. And I did read this, I want to say Wednesday or Thursday while I was working, and I got a good laugh out of it. I took a little break, and I was like, I'm going to check one of these books out while I'm not doing anything. And so here's kind of a little ad here. And here we are, the Furorian Takeover, Part 1, The Mountains of Sector Photon. You can't do this to me. You hear me? Get back here. Do you know what I've done for this planet? The survival of your species has rested on my shoulders for as long as this planet has been at war. You guys see that okay? I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it because I'm scrolling down anyway. This one's a little easier to scroll through. It's not a double page. So the survival of your species has rested on my shoulders for as long as this planet has been at war. And you got the general walking in, and you got the duck soldiers bowing to him. You owe me your lives, you ungrateful. Stop your whining, Muse. There is no need to scatter useless information such as importance on this planet. Especially not to low-ranking officers in an army you no longer outfit. What, Zundir? Why the sudden act of betrayal? Betrayal. Betrayal. For years I have shown nothing but complete loyalty to you. When the council voted you out, I stuck my beak out for you. I kept you in as head of our supersuit design team. And for what? To find out you were working for the same people who have been trying to destroy our way of life? No, Muse, I did not betray you. You will remain here and live out the rest of your sentence. You are fortunate I didn't have you expelled from Führer, or worse, executed. You are making a huge mistake, Zundir. You will need me. One day you and your kind will need me. In the Supersuit Design Lab. Where are we with the investigation, Lorcan? Well, sir, we tracked all the missing suits but one. Unfortunately, sir, our suspicions were correct. Not only did Muse provide our enemies with suits of armor for their troops, but he was also an integral part in their training. What's worse, Emperor, is that he shared secrets about our combat strategy. That explains their counterattack. And guys, I'm sorry I can't see your comments because, hey, William Russell. Hey, Danny D. Yes, voices. You're gonna get all kind. You're gonna get voices and everything, buddy. Hey, Trish. Thanks for joining. Sorry, I wanted to pause and see if I could bring up the comments on my phone while I'm reading this. Don't worry, Lorcan. I have someone working on a defense strategy that should help us end this war. My Grace, sir, we have found the missing suit. Good job, soldier. Thank you, sir. However, unlike the other suits, which were simply deactivated, this one looks like it was released. Released? What does that mean? Muse must have been able to deactivate the other suits before we came in and arrested him. The missing suit, however, he had to release into space. He had no time to deactivate it. The question becomes, where did it go? Planet Farov, an expedition. Maybe the coordinates were incorrect. There's no sign of debris from the planet Führer in this sector. We've tried everything. We haven't blasted the terrain yet. The debris could have easily buried all we know. For all we know, how strong the winds can get on these mountains. We can't do that, Professor Fink. There are too many workers still within some of the caverns. It's too dangerous. Too many lives would be lost. Do you want to know what we've lost too much of already? We've lost too much time and too much money. My money! So if I tell you to blast the terrain, that's exactly what you'll do. I will have no part of this, Radimus. Garb, see if we can persuade Mr. Frost. What are you doing, Professor Fink? Hand over the remote. This is wrong. Think of their families. Hand it over. You little... Hang on a sec, Garb. Let me tell you a little thing about this thing called trust, Adele. You see, in my book, if I don't trust you, you might as well be gone. Garb, get rid of him. Click. Boom! A little bit like Lord Helmet. I must have scared everybody off with my voices. We went from 10 people down to 3. Boom! And here we go over to our character, Duke, who's thinking out loud to himself. You'd played many characters in your acting career, Duke. Did you ever think you would ever be a real-life superhero? An explosion, ha! Looks like it's time for some real action. Ah! Everybody run for cover! Help them! They're are people inside of those caverns. If you don't help them, they'll all be buried alive, whoever you are. What's going on here? Just hurry. How did this happen? I'll be fine. Help them go. Okay, but you need medical attention. You've got it, old timer. Hello? Anybody in there? Whoa, that wasn't very smart. Better take it easy in here. Definitely don't want to get buried alive. Not when I have that audition at 1 o'clock tomorrow. But first things first. Help! Help! Whoa, who goes there? I'm warning you, pal. Don't get any closer or I'll shoot. Help me. A miner? Come on, bud. Get up. Are you alone in here? Where's everyone else? There are a few people. Only a few of us left in there, but they're trapped. Okay, head for the surface. You're going to be fine. I'll find your friends. I hope. Help! Get us out of here! Okay, that was easy. I'm coming, guys. Good old WonderDuck to the rescue. Help! We're down here. We're down here. Help! Keep it down, guys. We don't want this place crumbling on top of us. What the heck was that? Roar! As soon as he hits the button, there's a voice that says that was easy. Or maybe the button says do it again, do it again. I didn't feel it. Hang on, guy. Whatever this is, it has a very tight grip. Bam! And a heck of an arm or tentacle. Ouch. What have you gotten yourself into, Duke? Never mind all of that now. Gotta accept this role and act like a superhero. What the heck? That little guy sounded so good right up until now. But you're a professional, Duke. Stay in character. Run for the exit. That way. Hurry. Okay, loosen up, pretty boy. I'm warning you. Fine. Shoom, shoom. Told you. And now I finish you. That was a weak line. Oof. Crack. It's Cthulhu. Rip. Oof. Now, guys, you may miss it in this scene, kind of as I'm scrolling through the book, but this is very pertinent right here where the mouse pointer is. As he's flung from the cavern with the Cthulhu bear, this little trinket ends up coming up with him. So definitely remember that. Get to the chopper now. And they got our little guy here that refused to blast on the mountain. He's on a gurney. They're flying him off to get medical attention. And here we go again with Cthulhu Bear. And this is double page spread, so you're gonna see the left side and then the right side the way I have it in this PDF. So there's the left side. You got WonderDuck laying there after he was flung through the cavern ceiling, and he lands on the landscape there, face down, thinking, "What in the hell did I get myself into?" And Cthulhu Bear, I'm coming for you, WonderDuck. Not really. He doesn't say that, but I thought I'd add that in there. Slam! You just got clotheslined, WonderDuck. Get away from me! What do I have to do to stop you? Show's over. So I didn't have to laugh. I'm gonna zoom in on this. The only you guys, I'll give you a couple seconds here. Let's have an audience interaction. What does this make you think of right here? What is the first thing that comes to mind right here that I'm circling, that I have the mouse over? Right here. What is the first thing? Type it in the comments. We're gonna take a breather here for a second. I'm gonna take a drink, and let me know what you think. The first thing that popped in my head when I seen this. All right. Minus the fact of him not being headless. The first thing I thought of in the scene was in Venom at the end when he was like, "You're gonna be this legless, armless turd blowing in the wind." Dude, I was cracking up when I got to this part because that's all I could think of was Venom had bitten the arms and legs off of this creature, and he got thrown through the portal. It's just you, Trish. So it doesn't really change. It's just depth perception. So like right here, he's bigger than WonderDuck is, and then when you get down here, whenever he's got a hold of the tentacle, which I mean you can tell right there, it's about the size of WonderDuck, and you can tell here that he's quite a bit larger. This is kind of like a there we go, depth perception in the art, because the portal to the cave is far off in the distance, so the size is going to differ a little bit. But of course, you've got the perspective from behind WonderDuck, so that puts the Cthulhu Bear further in the distance. But that's exactly what I thought of. I thought of Venom whenever he says he's going to bite his face and his arms and his legs off, and he's going to be a turd rolling in the wind. That's the first thing I thought of when I seen this scene. I was cracking up. So anyway, onward. This ought to keep you quiet for a long time. Slam and scene. So that there gives you a little more depth perception, Trish, on how big that. Oh, you missed a lot of it, Danny. You can go back and watch it. We had some really cool voiceovers and stuff. There was a fight scene between WonderDuck and Cthulhu Bear, as we have so named him. So, Trish, here you go again. This gives you a little bit of comparison here with the rock, as that he's putting over the entrance. And if you scroll back up here and we look at him when he's going through the entrance, that's shows how big he is compared to the size of WonderDuck. It's just, like I said, it's a depth perception piece. You're looking at it from a distance, and then there you go. There's WonderDuck at the entrance with a rock, so it's way bigger than he is. And Cthulhu Bear pretty much filled that as he was going through it. Yeah, all right, good job. Amazing battle. Never in my 80 years of exploration have I seen anything like it. He looks ridiculous. Now that was powerful, WonderDuck thought to himself. Within the valleys and streams of this mountainous region lie many secrets. And there you go. There's the piece I was talking about. There's the stone that was flung from the cavern during the fight with Cthulhu Bear. And Cthulhu Bear got his butt kicked. And we all know I have been up since 4 a.m. too, LOL. Well, he's a lot shorter with his leg cut off, yeah. like a turd rolling in the wind. So our lovely tycoon here, who was leading the expedition, we don't know what he was searching for, does find this trinket that was released from the cavern when WonderDuck was smashed through the cavern ceiling and fought with Cthulhu Bear. And Cthulhu Bear got his butt kicked, but WonderDuck never noticed this trinket. And our tycoon says, "Isn't this interesting? Looks like this expedition wasn't a waste after all. To the lab, Argo. I have much work to do. To be continued." So, first off, to kind of tie up on this, I had a little bit of confusion because I never paid attention to what the suits looked like at the beginning, because it transitions at the beginning. Hold on, we'll go all the way back to the beginning. All right, so notice the mark on his suit. I never paid their suits any mind. And then go back up a little bit more. I did have to go back and look to try to figure this out, because I thought, did Duke find one of the super suits? And there you go. Right here in these test tubes in the background, you've got the super suits, and they have the same mark on them. So as we scroll back down to where Duke comes into scene, his suit has that star on it. So that answers the question: why is Tycoon Raccoon sweating blood? Because he got thrown around in the blast, and because of our wonderful hero here, WonderDuck. So that kind of ties up the question of, where did Duke get the suit? Is this the suit that was missing? Yes, it was the suit that was missing. I enjoyed the book. I'm going to definitely go ahead and I'm going to give this book, give me just a second here. Got to pull it up. Wow, I got way too many images in here. I'm going to have to cut it down. I'm going to give it 5 exploding blue balls. So we're going to pan out of this for a second. All right, remove from full screen. So I'm definitely going to give this 5 exploding blue balls. I really actually enjoyed this story. I was having a bad day. I just was like, I'm just going to read something. And it enlightened me. It made me laugh. I had a few funny moments, like the turd blowing in the legless, armless, faceless turd blowing in the wind, segment. And it made me think. I had to go back to the beginning of the book and go, who's Duke? Why does he have this suit? How did he get this suit? It mentions in the scene when he enters in that he is a actor. So I'm like, is he playing a part in a movie? Is this part of the story? I was like, what's going on here? So I went back to the beginning and I looked at the suits and I was like, the symbol matches. He got the missing suit. So he's an actor, but he's actually playing a superhero, because now he has this super suit that he doesn't really understand the functions of. And this is kind of the first time that he's going into battle with the suit. So I have to give it 5 exploding blue balls, just for the fact that I had a few good laughs in it. The story was interesting. And I really want to know what happens next. I want to know more about the stone. What was the stone the tycoon found? What does it bring later on? What does this tycoon raccoon become? Our badger, or whatever, this character is. What does he become? Is this going to be WonderDuck's nemesis? Or does he play a bigger part than that? Is he going to be a extinction level enemy like Thanos? So I am interested to see what happens in the next issue. I really want to know. Again, the link to get this book is in the comments. I'm sorry, in the video description. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of WonderDuck now that we've got that read. I enjoyed the book a lot. I hope you guys did too. Let's get back here. I give your voiceover 5 blue balls, except LOL, excellent job reading. Thank you. Thanks, Trish. I appreciate that. So I got a few guests in here. I'm going to bring them in, and I'm going to see. That's your cue to jump in there, Jack. You can jump in. So let's bring in Jake LaCava. What's going on, man?
What's up, Ron Jeremy?
Not much.
How's the shoots going?
It's going good.
Ladies treating you okay?
Yeah, they're treating me okay.
Oh man.
So we'll have Jack joining us in a few minutes too. We're gonna have a crowd segment going on in this next book. So
we're gonna have a three-way.
We're gonna have a three-way. That's right. So what did you think about WonderDuck? Were you watching?
I came in when you were announcing the blue balls, so I didn't hear too much about the WonderDuck. I don't know too much about that. Seemed interesting though. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Let me turn my music down.
Yeah, definitely turn it down. We don't want to get any copyright strikes.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's Filipino, but
oh, they'll get it, man. They'll snack it.
Oh,
so yeah,
I do the non-copyrighted music, and they still snag me.
Oh yeah,
such bullcrap.
That's why I make my own. So we're gonna take this time. We're gonna take a commercial break real quick. Hey man, I got a serious question. How do I last longer when I beat my meat? I'm at like 6.78 seconds in a good day. Please help. By the way, lotion don't work. It burned my dick. I don't know how to help you, man. Just stop beating it so much, and maybe it would last longer. I mean, you're not supposed to beat it. You're supposed to treat it nicely. You're supposed to, love and adore it. I mean, if you're using a meat cleaver to beat your meat, I mean, seriously, that's probably what your problem is. And if lotion doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you either, man. You might want to get some lube for that or something like that, man.
Just watch porn you don't like.
Yeah, just watch porn you don't like. I mean, whatever you're into. I mean, I don't know. You watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. I'm not sure if Snow White's your thing or if the dwarves are or whatever, man. But you came to the wrong stream if you're going to get a rise out of me because you can suck my big blue balls. So take that, fucker. I give it a 4 out of 5 exploding blue balls because I'm still confused how they diagnosed the bear as diabetic. That's great, man. That's great. So, let's bring on Russ. Whatever, 5377. Ha, I got the number right. I don't know where Jack is. I'm going to send him a message. So we're going to go to commercial break while I'm bringing up that book. Here we go. We're going to commercial. And bam.
They cough well.
Yeah. rocking out to the music. Yeah, that's all. It's all good, Trish. We love the trolls. I mean, I don't care. Roderick's not up here, so I'll play around with them. It's all good. All right, so we have this pulled up now, guys. Thanks for checking out the commercial break, and thank you, Mike, for popping in the links there. We got Nebula Pearl, which is live for only 2 more days. Get in on it now, and we've got Xenonanite Titan live for 11 more days. Get in on it now. There's cross promotions between Xenonanite Titan and Nebula Pearl. You back both projects, you get this super sweet sticker right here. So you get the super sweet sticker if you back both Xenonanite Titan and Nebula Pearl. And I left Into the Suck in there, even though the project is not live anymore. For those of you that are watching, if you have backed Into the Suck and you have not backed Nebula Pearl, you can get these fine items right here. Hold on, let me pop that comment out of the way. There we go. So if you backed Into the Suck, Nebula Pearl, Fire Bitch 2, and Naughty Fairies, Comic-Con, which, Mike, if you would, please pull that link for me, pop that in there. Or if Wendy, if you're still here, please pop that in the comments. You can still get Naughty Fairies Con stuff from Backer Kit. So check it out. The link is on my page. I posted it earlier with the Nebula Pearl ad that I did. The link for the Backer Kit for Naughty Fairies Comic-Con 2021 is in that. So definitely, guys, check it out now. And for those of you, if you backed Into the Suck 6 and you back Xenonanite Titan, you can get this super sweet metal art card that's double-sided. Or if you want to see the real deal, hold on, let's go to solo layout here. Yeah, get a close-up on that fine hair. Ooh. So anyway, yeah, that's right. I got all creepy. You know you love it. So you can get this super sweet right here. Steph Wilson, Tarna, heavy metal, homage right there. Hold on, let me give it freaking glare out of here. Whatever. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. So there you go. You get the heavy metal Tarna homage there, and you get Ruben Rosas with his super sweet dragon right there. This double-sided metal art card will be yours if you back both Into the Suck and Xenonanite Titan, the fall before the rise. So definitely, guys, check it out. Show it some love. Give it a share. If you can't afford to bag it, throw $1 at it. Show people that you support it. If you can't afford to do that, do a share. It's free, and all your friends will see it. Definitely want to get this stuff going. And if you already backed Xenonanite Titan and you bring a friend, you get one of these super sweet Explode member with stuff pool with rocket launcher. And it won't say 2020. It'll say 2021. These were just mock-ups I had done last year. This is standard metal, and we got the glitter edition. I love the glitter edition, so we're going to go with the glitter edition as long as it's still available because it's freaking sweet. So we're going to remove that from exit solo layout there, and we're going to bring up this Russ5537, which is hilarious because, you know, my name's Russell, so you know, now we've got this book, Russ 5377. This is totally going to blow my mind. Read the book. Ow! I left the drawer open and I just elbowed it. Sons of. Oh, Jack's in here. Hold on. Let's bring in Jack. Add to stream. Don't fuck up my stream this time, Jack.
Hopefully I won't. And hello to everyone.
What's going on, Jack? How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good. Doing
so
good.
What did you think about the WonderDuck book? Were you watching?
Yes, most of it. Near to the end when I was trying to get on here. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was reminding me of somebody decided to take, you know, Darkwing Duck and DuckTales and go into outer space and have fun with it.
Yeah, and add in, you know, several other characters. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of part of it. It was reminiscent of, you know, some of the older shows that we watched, Tailspin and DuckTales, and, you know, like you had said. And, you know, it had a little bit of fun to it. It had action to it. And, you know, it made me think a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to say it's a deep thinker, but, you know, like I said, I had to go back to the beginning and I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so I read this. This guy's an actor. Is this guy acting for a scene for a movie, or is this stuff legit going on? And so, like I said, I went back and looked. I was like, okay, the suits and the cryo tubes, or you know, whatever those are, they have the star emblem on it, and Duke's suit has the star on it. So that leads me to assume that the suit ended up on that planet, and that he ended up wearing the suit and was like, hey, I'm going to be a superhero. I mean, why not? I got this super awesome suit. I'm going to try it out. And, he almost gets his butt handed to him by Cthulhu Bear. And that's right, everybody. I said Cthulhu correctly. And I did it again. I said Cthulhu. There. So, and we're going to flash back to the super sweet new picture of Steph Wilson. Like I said, he was seen earlier today in Massachusetts. He was out getting get well balloons. Apparently for Carrie. I don't know.
Russell, you already have a super suit. It's just your hair.
It is, man. This thing, it can be used for all sorts of things. I mean, everybody always talks about the short and curlies. I mean, these are the long and curlies. You can rappel from these. You can bungee jump. I mean, hell, it even acts as a freaking parachute because there's so much hair. I glide to the ground like an eagle, a majestic eagle. I soar from the trees, and I come in for a landing. Cuckoo!
Hopefully the kids don't hear you say that because they're going to be trying that.
No, they're long asleep. All that makes me think of when I said caw is that what is that movie? Dang it, where he's like caw, dookie, dookie, dookie. Evolution. Thank you. Yes, that's all I can think of when I said that. And one last thing before we get into Russ5337, because I almost forgot. I uploaded these super sweet, badass. Look at this. Is that not cutest thing you ever seen? We've got Raziel Chibi enamel pins. We have Wyvernite Chibi enamel pin. That's right. I got the mock-up finally. I've been waiting on it for 3 days. The picture you see is the art, but I do have the mock-up now, so I'm going to swap out that mock-up for the art. And we've got the attacking Titan enamel pin because he's just a badass. I love it. Turned out so super sweet. So anyway, we're going to get into this book a little bit. So I'm going to leave everybody's mics on. I think, no, Jake's is off. Jake's doing some comic restoration there. So we're going to kick us to the side. We're going to go full screen. And we're going to get into... Oh, you're here? All right, good.
I didn't know the damn thing was muted.
Oh, I think you muted it when your wife came in, and then...
Why?
Yeah, you muted it. She came in. She was yakking about something. You're like, hey, woman, I'm live. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No way.
Huh? All right. Let's get down with Russ5337. I mean, you guys want to take a voice part in the book, or you want me to just wing the whole thing?
I would say it's probably better for you to wing the whole thing because I'm not very good at voices. I try, but it's just gonna be way worse.
So we got Trish says, love that music. Thank you. I'm not gonna lie. The freaking music I did for Nebula Pearl, it's way longer than what I made for that, and it gets super sweet later on. I literally had it on my truck radio for like 30 minutes. I was bouncing to it. People were looking at me like I was a madman driving down the road because I'm like jamming out. I mean, of course, I didn't have my super sweet fro on, and they were just like, what the hell is wrong with this truck driver? This guy's a lunatic. What in the hell? And I'm just like, yeah, you guys are sucking it because you're not listening to this killer ass soundtrack right now. So anyway, and then Mike says, Steph rules. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. And Danny D says, Russ needs a voice synthesizer, so he sounds more computer love than Darth Helmet. I love Steph with pink hair. Oh my God, so naughty, like his shirt says. That's right. He is naughty. I couldn't help it. Marseille posted that earlier, and I was like, bam. Like 3 minutes after she posted, I commented on it. I was like, oh, Steph was seen at the post office again today. He must have left out some lines, and he's getting some sorry balloons for Carrie because she had to fix them.
Is that why people still think Steph's a woman?
I don't know. Possibly.
Got pink hair now?
I mean, I'm just trying to help him out. I mean, I'll never forget the Comic Unity online con whenever Brian Silverback's prematurely launched his project. And he's like, hey, guys, this was supposed to launch for another couple weeks, but hey, it's live, so, go back. And so I messaged him. I'm like, hey, man, Comic Unity's going on. A lot of the artists that are on Comic Unity are, have something to do with the book. Some of them don't, but I'm doing panels for Comic Unity. How would you guys, like to do a panel? So I got Steph, Rodney, Fike, Sean Forney, Adam Fields, Armando Ramirez, and we all are in the room BS, and then all of a sudden Steph, he's the last one to come in, and there was like gasps on the video, like, oh, and we're backstage, so of course none of this is live, so you can't go back and watch it and laugh with me. But I freaking lost it. I just cracked up because I knew exactly what the was for, because they all realized that Steph was a dude and not a chick, and their world was torn. So now I'm just helping keep that going with this stuff, just because it's fun. I tagged him in it, so I don't know if he's seen it yet or not, but I can't wait for whatever he has to come back with it. So let's get into it, fellas. Let's do Russ 5377. So let's do it. Russ 5377. Here we go. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. So sorry, guys. I'm going to have to scroll through the pages because it's shared to me in Google Drive, so we'll kind of scroll over the pages. It works out better because you guys are going to get a better view, but it's in one slide at a time. So the way they're all TIFF files. So this is kind of the intro page here, where it's introducing chapter 1. And you got this chick. We're checking out her tonsils as she's screaming in the background. We got a nice little zoom up. Looks like you could fit a cucumber in there. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Looks like everybody's screaming, but nobody's saying anything. It's pure silence.
Yeah, so we're about to find out what is going on in here. I mean, we got
that screaming on her face. It looks more like a O face there.
Oh. and we got the Death Star in the background here. All right. No, I'm gonna be serious, guys. I don't want to jazz on this dude's book because we haven't read it yet. Yeah, no, we're gonna do it because I like to have fun. We're not being mean. We're having fun. So, George, if you're watching this, don't think I'm making fun of your book. It's just me. I make fun of everything. I even make fun of my own book. Hell, look at my last post. Let's see.
It is. That's very true.
Yeah, I make fun of my stuff probably more than anybody else, but that's just me. So he used to tell me about this one dream every time he had it, which was often. It was always the same. He would be asleep in his room. He must have been about 5 or 6 years old, and suddenly, Russ! I didn't do it, damn it. Why am I getting I'm getting yelled at in this book. This is some BS, man. I didn't do shit.
It's the hair.
It's the hair. I knew it. Damn it. That's how they caught me. Always the hair. Jesus, what am I going to do? He broke a nail at the post office today. Sorry, guys. We're waiting for the next slide to load. Like I said, it is on Google Drive, so we may have to sometimes have a little bit of lag going on here. Oh, don't do this to me, Google Drive. You were working flawlessly a minute ago.
Danny, if you got pictures of Steph breaking a nail, please post it.
Maybe they are in space. Sorry, little sleepy guys here, just resting my eyes. Don't you rest your eyes, Trish. You wake up right now, or I'm going to creep up behind you, and I'm going to breathe down the back of your neck, and I'm going to say, hi, Trish. So, wake up, Russ. Wake up, honey. We have to go. Russ 5377, Project Prototype, Part 1 of 6. Hopefully it'll let me use the arrows and I won't have to click the arrow every time. Because I don't want to use my mouse. My battery's going dead. I'm too poor to buy batteries. No, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. What? Why? Shh.
You can't make those kind of jokes. Trish will send you tons of batteries.
Oh, man. I'm sure she has plenty. She probably had coupons. She's probably got a whole freaking tractor trailer load full of them in her backyard. She's just like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these batteries. I mean, my toy only takes 2. Oh, oops. Sorry, Trish. I just outed you. She don't care. You should have seen the Freaky Friday show yesterday.
That's because like, Lord Vader needs to speak.
He does. These. All right. Come on, Angel. What, Jake?
Having that sound going off, and Lord Vader speaking while with the batteries device. Wouldn't that be more insulting that it would sound like a hollowed out hallway or something?
I need more batteries for my helmet.
I
My
don't know how much
voice
G
will
I
no
have.
longer work within the night if I don't have new batteries.
Danny D says, I'm saving all my lithium batteries to sell to Tesla when the price peaks. All right, so here we go. Back into the book. What? Why? Shh, shh. It's going to be okay. Come on, Angela, let's go. We don't have much time. Okay, yes, you're right. Do you have Jay? Yes, she's right here.
Where's Silent Bob?
Where are we going? We're going somewhere safe. Stop, Angela. We can't go that way. The back of the house, that's our only chance.
What?
What? The back door, it's our only chance. Oh, man. This
I
show's
wasn't
totally
gonna
taking
say
a
it.
turn
I
for
was
the
just-
worst. I did so good on book one, and you guys are a bad influence. Oh, here we go, guys. Here's the scene.
Yes, we are.
Here's the scene right here, the beginning, the intro. So now we got color to it. I liked it. That's kind of cool. The intro page has like a what's to come. That's pretty cool.
Is that a giant pumpkin blowing up?
No, it's a Death Star. I mean, just kidding. No, that was the freaking house. See, here you see it in flames, and in there it's just like kaboom. Hold on, guys. We got to make some freaking. Hold on. We got to make this explosion even better than it is in the comic. I got this. I got this covered. I got you guys covered. Here we go. Oh shit, that house gone. It's gone. That's it.
That was a puny explosion.
Bullshit. Holmes.
Compared to what's like kaboom, and then you just showed us like a barrel getting firecracker.
Dude, that was not a barrel. That was like a 1 gallon bucket. That was not a freaking barrel. That was a 1 gallon bucket. And
So
it was
even smaller than what I said.
yeah, it was even smaller.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, well, but the explosion was freaking huge, man. I was like 150 feet away from it when I took that video. So don't you be talking shit about my explosions. I will come over there. I'll mute your freaking
What was
mic.
the diameter of crater in the earth that is now left?
It was on the road. I put it on concrete. Because if it would have been on the ground, it probably would have left like probably a 4 foot around crater that probably went about half a foot deep.
So 1 gallon explosion could do about a 4 feet crater. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah. Ask my wife's brother. Ask my brother-in-law. The 1 year on 4th of July, he was so pissed because there was craters all over his yard. He's like, dude, I got to mow my grass. I was like, I know, but the explosions were so cool, weren't they? I know. I'm a terrible person. What can I say?
Be a little bumpy.
Hey, it's not my yard.
So, just a side note, an explosion that big for that house, how big of a crater do you think that's creating?
It's gonna be pretty big. I mean, that big of an explosion. I'd say there'd be. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because I don't know how big the house is.
Just think. Oh.
Just say average size house.
So an average size house. So if it was my size house, it's 1,900 square feet. So you're figuring. I don't know. That'd be pretty damn big. I mean, you're talking probably about a 4,000 or 5,000 square foot crater.
Also depends.
I mean, it also
Jesus.
depends on. I mean,
If it had a basement.
well, it's not really. It depends on if it had a basement or not. What mainly it depends on is what the house is constructed of. So the main thing about an explosion is it's going to take the easiest path of resistance. So, say a steel building versus a wood building would have more of a crater if it was a steel building, because steel is so much stronger than wood structurally. When the explosion would go off, it would make more of a downward force because the steel would give it more resistance than wood. So that really makes it vary. What is it made out of? Is it made out of just drywall and shitboard, or is it made out of steel? Is it made out of freaking straw? I mean, hell, it could be a straw house, a stick and mud house. We don't know. But
well, at least from the picture in this picture, it looks more like kind of a wood is style.
He said wood.
At least everything that's coming off of it.
he said wood. So yeah, I mean, it does look like wood. So hold on, let's zoom in on this shit.
An explosion is like a guy in bed. It takes the path of least resistance.
Do what? Jake?
I said an explosion's like a guy in bed. It just takes the path of least resistance.
That's right, man.
Okay.
As long as that wood is hard.
That's right. He'd wake up I wake up every morning with a big smile on my face.
Doesn't that kid look like something from the Boondocks?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Man, sorry, I didn't mean to break out in song, everybody. I probably just scared the only 2 viewers we've got. I mean, everybody else went to bed. They were like, shit, this reading's putting me to sleep.
I couldn't share this to Facebook, man.
What do you mean?
I was trying to get on it on the Facebook, and I couldn't share it.
Really? Maybe
Yeah.
I shared it too much. I don't know. Trish shared it. There was a bunch of people that shared it when it went live.
Like this stupid error on my phone.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Facebook's...
Maybe it's because of StreamYard or something.
I don't know. Facebook's being stupid really bad. Like,
you're not using our producer. We're upset.
Well, no, they're really pushing for you to pay for their ads now. So, like, Rodney went live the other day, and I got a notification on. So I'm following him on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. The only notification I got, even though I have notifications and alerts on there, was from Twitch. So I went on Facebook, and I was like, I know he's got to be live on Facebook. He never just goes live to Twitch. I could not find it to save my life. And thanks to Danny D here in the audience, if it wasn't for him tagging me in the video, I couldn't find it. I was pissed. I'm like, this is bullshit. And then I get on Twitch, and Twitch wouldn't load, so there was no video. And I'm like, hey, is this thing on? I thought, well, maybe Rodney's having problems and the video isn't working, and that's why it's not live on Facebook. So I was like, whatever. I gave up. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh, I got a notification. Oh, Danny D tagged me and asked where I was at. And I got on there. I was like, dude, I tried to look for this thing everywhere, and I couldn't find it. So Facebook is really making it hard to get yourself seen unless you pay for their ads. And I'm not doing it. I don't make anything for doing these videos. I don't make anything for doing the interviews. I actually pay out of pocket for StreamYard to do this stuff. I'm not going to pay for ads on Facebook. I can't afford that stuff. Then I'm going to have to start asking people that come on the show for money, and that ain't right. We're here to help creators, help bring people on, show off their work, get their name out there, show their stuff to people that they normally can't get to see because Facebook's a douchebag and blocks you from being able to show your stuff to everybody. We all fall victim to it. So it's been getting really bad. So everybody, that being said, if you're going back and watching this, or people watching now, please always share people's videos, because we can share it all we want to. Nobody's going to see it. And it sucks. That must have had a lot of cows or meth operation to cause a boom out in a rural farm America like that. I'm Cyril here, but trying to twist up too.
Twist out?
I guess that's like a term for going to sleep.
What, like one of the twisted keys? Is you trying to knock somebody out or something?
Maybe he's sitting on the throne. I don't know.
Sorry, guys. We're waiting for the next page to load here. We got a little bit of a lag. We went off on too much of a tangent, and the computer went to sleep on me. So back to the book.
Is it really?
Is it really what?
Back to the book? Or are we going to keep going off on tangents?
We'll probably go off on a tangent on every page. So this may be
that would be a great title for a book. Back to the book.
And great. I just got dropped on the computer. So
that's because you just badmouthed Facebook, so streamer just like screw you.
Facebook, so
screw you, Facebook.
We're gonna stop whatever you're doing now.
Yeah, it literally says you are offline. Some functionality may be unavailable. Like literally, they just like heard me and they're like, "F you, dude." We're gonna pull your shit. Oh, I'm not
I mean,
offline either. Hold on, we're gonna
do you
refresh
kind of
this.
want to be like Charlton Heston? Damn you, Facebook!
Oh no, it literally
Damn
just
you to
kicked me.
hell!
Freaking
What are we doing? What's going on here? Oh, so it crashed and then it came back, and now we're on a different page. So here
what
we
the
go. So back to the book. Here at an orphanage named Louis Juden, Home for the Youths. This is where he grew up, where thanks to the miracle of modern science, he let me, and where he met me, and where he first told me about those awful dreams. Okay, we made it out, but when I woke up, she just laid on top of me, protecting me from the flames. Was she dead? I don't know. I woke up in a cold sweat and I don't remember anything else after the explosion. All I could see was her lying on top of me. I mean, everything seemed so real. Like I was there, but how could I be? You gotta stop laughing, Jay. You're making me crack up laying on top of me. Wow, I can't believe you're still having that terrible dream. Me neither, but I'm pretty sure you tried. You're tired of hearing about it, and the look on your face tells me something's up. What's going on with you? We haven't chatted in about a week, and I know your dad is out of town. Sorry, guys. I don't know what voices to do because I haven't seen these characters yet. So we're probably going to fudge it up for like the first couple of pages until I'm like, is this a dude? Is this a chick? So here we go. It's a dude and a chick. All right. Yeah, they're out to date. Yeah. Yeah. All right, hold on. We got to try to do a female voice. All right, we're gonna
time out. You can't just go to the next page and not analyze what he just said.
Well, who just said?
About
he woke up in a sweat.
exactly.
On top of him.
I don't know. She was just on top of me. I woke up in a cold sweat. Yeah, that's a talking point right there.
Oh, we're still on the same page. I didn't know. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
No, we're still on.
Uh-oh.
It was just a different panel, but it's still like, come on, that is too much.
Like,
you're on a date and you're talking about somebody else lying on top of you,
and I'm just
waking up in a cold sweat.
And it's a dream. It's a horrible dream I have every night. Oh, did Russell go away? He kind of like.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I think he's trying to read while we're commenting.
I'm just trying to figure out. I got to go back a page here because I think that the chick. Yeah, so see, look, there's the chick there that's running from the house wearing the purple dress with the hair, and then it looks like he's talking to a ghost. I mean, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm that's what I'm analyzing here. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
And then he showed up at Professor Xavier's mansion.
Well, I mean, I'm sure
he's speed dating with the ghost.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm thinking. So if you see the little electricity thing in between them at the table, I'm wondering if they're like some kind of if it's like some cyber communication. I don't know. I'm sure it'll explain it further on in the book. Hopefully.
Like watercolor thing going on there. That's pretty cool.
Because I mean it's kind of like a hologram image, and you can see like the little buzz in front of them. And then if you look up here on the panel where he's like, "Oh yeah, he's on a West Coast swing." How do you know that? You know, right there in between the table, you got those little electric things. So I'm guessing they're like doing like it's kind of like FaceTime, only you can actually FaceTime projections, which that's creepy. Like, just imagine you're watching some kind of illegal channel and you got it out, and then somebody's like, poof, hologram right in front of you, and you know.
You know that's exactly what they'll be used for too.
You know what I would say? I would say, you know, you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn today.
Hey, this is the future of OnlyFans. just saying, this is the future of OnlyFans. All right, we got to get back to the book. I don't want to mess this dude's book up. We're getting off on tangents and stuff. We'll save the jokes and stuff for later, maybe. I don't know, unless we get into something that's really
I don't
out
know.
there.
I just had to stop because that one point.
Well, and it's just weird because it almost seems like this chick that he's talking to through this virtual communication is, am I wrong? I mean, let's go back here. I mean, you got the chick in the purple dress with the dark hair, and then, and then you go here and you got the chick in the purple dress, kind of with the dark hair, and it's almost like, this is the chick he's dreaming about. I mean, is this his mom?
On that first page, what is that? It looks like a carrot, like a baby carriage.
Where?
On that last page. See, like where the pink.
No, that's him running in the dream. He's got his baby sister in his arms, and he's stumbling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
because so see before in the panel before this, see how he's got the baby sister or the daughter or whatever. I mean, my guess is this. So this is him here, and I'm guessing this is his mom, and this is his dad, and that's his little sister. And so this dream that he's having, the house explodes. They're running for their life. So the dad here has the daughter. And then on the next page, we get into the panel here where she's screaming, and then we've got our character here, and so there's the dad with the daughter. That's the dad. I'm sorry, because he's got the hat on there, and then here he's got the hat on. So it is the dad. So all right. So now that we're caught up, so I'm guessing that's his mom and dad. And then there he is. He's in her arms. I didn't notice that before.
And then he was waking up in the dream, right?
And then he's waking up in the dream. And so here, I guess he's talking to his mom about, the dream that he has of the house exploding. I'm guessing. I don't know. We'll find out. So we're going to back up here, get back on track. We made it out, but when I woke up, she just laid on top of me from protecting me from the flames. Was she? I don't know. I woke up in a cold sweat and I don't remember anything else after the explosion. All I could see was her lying on top of me. I mean, everything seemed so real, like I was there, but how could I be? Wow, I can't believe you're still having that terrible dream. Me neither, but I'm pretty sure you're tired of hearing about it, and the look on your face tells me something's up. What's going on with you? We haven't chatted in about a week, and I know your dad is out of town. Yeah, he's on a West Coast swing. How do you know that? He's my favorite athlete, remember? Now what's with the long face, miss? Miss him? I used to miss him, but now it's different now. I just do things to keep myself busy and whatever. Tell me about that place. I want to come and see you in person. A girl gets tired of chatting with a hologram, So there we go. Boom. Answered the question. That's right. I was right, y'all. I'm the magic winner. This place, you're changing the conversation, aren't you? And you can't come see me. Your license is suspended. Or did you forget about that?
Well, you won the golden prize. It was a hologram.
I did. I get a gold star. I get a freaking gold star.
So give the hair a high five.
I swear, when we have holograms and someone pops up behind me, ooh.
Although this seems more inconvenient than having a smartphone because of the fact that they're all sitting at tables. I mean, it's cool to be able to have an actual live conversation with somebody that way.
Yeah, but how do you know? How do you know they don't have hologram phones? Because this is a shelter for troubled kids, and so maybe they do have hologram phones. But he's stuck at this school, and they're probably not allowed to have phones, and so they have to have these official conversations. At these tables, so maybe they don't have like intimate, OnlyFans conversations at the table. I don't know.
I think I'd just be staring at that light the whole time.
Well, I think the light is on. Yeah, see, if you look in this panel where she's at, the light's only on the sides, so you don't see the light in between. You just see the hologram.
Yeah, it's on both sides of it, but it's still funny.
Don't you worry about that, young Russ. I'm the daughter of a professional athlete. I'm sure I can pull some strings. And what the hell? Why did we just lose connection again? All right, we're good. It must be cool. So cool getting whatever you want. Yeah, whatever I want. Everything but his attention. Time's almost up. One more minute and we'll terminate transmission. Yes, Mr. Lyman. Hello, still there? What happened? Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. It's just that time's almost up. No, no, there's so much more I want to tell you. This is horrible. Well, we'll log on tomorrow, Shell. It's fine. Don't think you might be exaggerating a bit? Heh. I don't exaggerate, Russ. I emphasize.
Also, like with the whole hologram thing, everybody's hearing your conversations too. It's like you have your phone on speaker mode. Not super
Just in a
loud.
whole hall full of conversations going off at the same time.
Right. It's not really a private.
But I mean, the fact that they were also given time limits also sounds like they might be in prison or something.
Yeah, some institution. Well, they did say they were in what, that hospital.
Sorry, guys. StreamYard is not like, what in the hell is this notification?
So
Yes, I know that StreamYard is sharing my tab, but why are you losing connection? I have full service. Hold on, let me switch Wi-Fi connections on here.
the Wonder
Maybe that'll help.
is coming out very nicely.
No, I did not want to turn the Wi-Fi off.
It's looking better than it did.
You jackass. It just turned the Wi-Fi off on me. Let's try this again, yo.
So Russell said you were making a comic better or restoring it.
Yeah, I'm just making it better. I'm not really restoring it. Nothing that's gonna make it like a green label or a purple label or anything like that. Just cleaning it up. There's a lot of dirt. I'm not sure if you could if you could see all that dirt that was on there, but like here, you see that on the back there on the top. Let me try to zoom in there. See all that dirt.
It's kind of hard to see it, but yeah, I do see something that's there.
Let me find a good spot that I can clean off real quick. There. You can probably see the gosh. Right there by his face. Of course, the glare is right there where I want to. There you go. See right there. I'll get that spot off right now. It's really simple too. You just get your absorbee. That's what this putty stuff is I've been using. A Mr. Clean.
Just roll it over.
Yeah, you roll it over and then you get a white eraser. This just gets like the primary dirt off, and then the white eraser will take off the rest. Here. If I clean up this middle part, it'll definitely.
He says it's been a license. No wonder he's out of town, maybe in jail. Sorry, guys. We had a catastrophic failure. For some reason, I got kicked off the network. Yes, I know. Thank you. Go away. Shut up, Google. Hold on. I'm going to restart.
He was talking to looks like the person in his dream, though. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, maybe she's really, maybe he like got it. I mean, I'm sure we're going to find out more down the road. Maybe he got into this institution because he was having these crazy dreams and like maybe he's been there a while and it's like an orphanage. I think that's what it did say. I think it said it was an orphanage. So maybe like this doctor or, you know, whatever that this is that he's talking to, maybe it's just an acquaintance that, I mean, I don't know. We'll find out later on probably, but you know, maybe this is
although
really
an orphanage. Yeah, an orphanage sounds a little weird only for the simple fact that his mom and dad are alive.
But are they?
Yeah, but maybe they.
Well, he was just talking to his mom.
Yeah,
and they mentioned his dad.
No, they mentioned her dad because her dad's an athlete and he follows her dad. I don't know this. I'm confused. That's why we need to read on and stop making jokes, Jake.
Hey, when you that
no, you're fired. You're
one
fired.
part I could not. No,
no,
there
get
was
out
no
of here
stopping me on that.
We'll pop you right in the nose.
Yeah, he said I follow your dad, so it can't be his mom.
No, but maybe it is his mom. I mean, who knows? Maybe like all the stuff that he
Well, I
thinks he
mean,
knows
she
is
looks
made up.
like his mom from the house exploding.
Yeah. So
So-
I mean, I don't know. Well, I don't know. We're gonna find out what's going on here. I'm reloading it now. I'm back in.
There we go. Can you see it now? I don't know. It's hard to. It's with the light. There's like a notable difference. Maybe I don't know. Maybe if I turn this other light on. Wait 1 second.
Well, I mean, it looks clean to me. It's got like a sheen to it now.
I gotta reach down 1 sec.
Whoa, whoa. Watch where you're reaching there. All right.
I got too many cords, man. Too many cords.
Well, make sure you don't pull the wrong one.
That's why I want to go cordless. I swear. I keep telling myself, nope. I don't have an outlet over there or a USB port. Jesus.
Cordless.
So many
Until you
wires.
run out of batteries.
So many wires coming out of my shit. Yeah, right. Then I just call Russell up. Which way does this go? God, they never put pictures on which way you have to unplug the. There. I got this light hook up here. There we go. Whoa! Holy fudge nutter.
That was bright.
That was great. Ugh. Okay, so now you can probably see the difference. See, I did that middle part between right there.
So is this your book that you're cleaning, or is this?
Yeah, this is mine.
So do you do this like professionally, or you just only do this to your books?
No, I could do it professionally if people want like cleaning. Here's a perfect example. You see all that dirt?
So guys,
that
so guys, I figured this out. So I got to load it back up. It says here at an orphanage named Louis Juden Home for the Youths. So he is an orphan, and he has this dream about this mystery counselor, friend, acquaintance, whatever it is, and he's talking to her over the hologram. This could very well be his mom, and supposedly this dude that is an athlete that he follows could be his dad. We are going to find out in 1 second when I bring this up. My wife must be watching Netflix upstairs because like the stream just went to shit. Because I got two different Wi-Fis. I have one Wi-Fi that I'm running on my phone and one Wi-Fi that I'm running on the Chromebook. So either the Chromebook took a shit or my wife's up there watching YouTube or Netflix. I mean,
Netflix.
Maybe she's watching WandaVision.
well, I doubt that.
I thought that was on Hulu.
No,
It's
it's
on
on
Disney.
Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, that's right. Disney.
I still have to finish
haven't
watching The
watched it.
Mandalorian. I started it over
I
so
haven't
Roderick could watch all of it.
I haven't watched WandaVision. Shoot, I just freaking watched the Infinity Wars last week.
I just watched the first episode of WandaVision today. And I was like,
haven't- I
okay.
haven't even watched Homecoming yet. I'm so like far behind on my movies. Okay, let's get this off.
Well, as long as they were good movies to you and you get to them when you want to.
I'm just rewatching Burn Notice over. I love that show. That was a good show.
What is it?
Burn Notice is awesome.
Burn Notice. Michael
Never seen
Weston.
Yep.
Oh, what does he call himself? Jack Finley? Chuck Finley. There you go.
So hopefully we're gonna have a new setup here before
Bruce
too
Campbell.
long.
Back at Bruce Campbell. Oh, what's he doing nowadays?
Doing C movies and the Ash and the Evil Dead TV show, which they ended, I don't know, a year or two ago.
They
I
ended
don't know,
season 3 because nobody was watching on Showtime.
I don't know. I watch it on Netflix. My wife's like, "What the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "I love Evil Dead."
It's hilarious.
I think it's funny as hell, especially when they start.
It really is.
Like when the demons start talking to Bruce Campbell, and when they start talking to Ash, and and they like are like, you're gonna die, and they like are all crazy, and it's like so over the top cheesy freaking makeup, and like it just kills me when they change into the Deadites. I freaking die laughing. Or when he shoots him with the shotgun and it explodes all over the other people, the blood. I just laugh, and my wife's like, "There's something wrong with you."
I think the funniest scene in all 3 seasons is still in the mortuary when he has to fight the dead body.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the book before we get kicked off of here again. So, shh, be good. All right. So she said, "Hello, still there? What happened? Is everything okay?" He said, "Yeah, everything's fine. It's just that time's almost up." No, there's so much more I want to tell you. This is horrible. We'll log on tomorrow, Shell. It's fine. Don't you think I might be exaggerating a bit? I don't exaggerate, Russ. I emphasize.
Like, he's calling her, like, Sally, right?
He's calling her Shell.
Shell. So, I mean, why doesn't he just call her Mom if it's Mom?
Because maybe he doesn't know. That's what we're saying. Maybe he doesn't know that's his mom. Because the dream he has is his mom and dad and his sister. And this lady looks like his mom. And maybe he does. Maybe he has amnesia. Maybe they wiped his memory with some kind of crazy experiment, and they sent him to this orphanage because their house blew up. I mean, wouldn't you send your kid somewhere safe? Why?
Well, maybe he hit his head when he fell, and that's what caused him to have the amnesia.
That's why he doesn't remember his women over top of him.
I don't understand what's going on, guys. I have a full internet connection. I don't know if it just crapped out on me again. Let me see if I can share
just blame me.
No, it's not your fault. This is
it's easier to blame me. It really is.
It goes from being on screen to not on screen. It's gone crazy. So I'm gonna see if I can share it on my phone.
Take it easy on my home.
Hey, don't be singing. I can get me flagged on that too.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, you cannot do it, man. It's a freaking copyright.
There you go. All gone.
I wonder if anybody's going to make a song that's titled Copyright and just basically say copyright the entire song.
Well, it's stupid. Like Karen Nicole got popped for it. She was singing like a song during a live show, and they popped her because you can't sing copyrighted lyrics. Like you could not sing the Happy Birthday song live, or they could kick you for it. I mean, it's absolute absurdity. The levels they've taken stuff to. It's like, really, you can't sing like one line. All right, let's see if I can share a screen on my phone. I don't know if it's
say the word panda.
Say who?
Can I say the word panda? Because that was an entire song. Panda, 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 panda.
Guys, I'm trying to figure out if I can share a screen this from my phone because the computer.
I love cleaning comic books.
This is pissing me off. This is super frustrating.
So it's kind of like a calming thing for you.
Yeah,
it really is. It's just it just chills me out. It put on
warning: StreamYard has detected the presence of Jack. Oh, what the hell! This whole time I'm trying to share a screen on my phone and it's on the background. Are you freaking kidding me? Jesus.
And then you got then you get your dentist kit. Take off like little like sticky blemishes or whatnot with all that.
Sorry, we were talking. I didn't hear anything because I had to refresh and go back out because when I was trying to share a stream from my phone, it lagged me out. So here we go.
I was just saying I'd have a dentist kit to get sticky things off comic books.
All right. Besides, I didn't get to tell you about this boy I'm seeing. I kind of like him a lot. He wants to play ball like my dad. Talks about how he wants to make it to the pros and snap, time's up. I'm going to give this dude a Mr. T voice. Time's up, fool. Okay, I admit it. I could be a bit of a pain, but that was the beauty of the relationship Russ and I shared. Anyway, soon after the half hour they would grant him to talk to me, they would take him. Why does he look different on the first pages than he does on the next pages? I don't know. This is my first time seeing the book too. We're going through this together. Our questions will be answered.
The artist has a flair for the dramatic? Or maybe this is all happening
To the
in his
scanning
mind.
room. Scanning only. What happened beyond this door was probably the most disturbing part of all. So there he is. He's in a room with a whole bunch of experimental tubes that the kids are in. You see, this is where the doctors restored order. What does that mean? They check for sudden changes in brain activity. They test them for, I don't know. I mean, I can't even begin to explain everything those poor boys went through on a daily basis. So here on the diagram, I'm not sure if you guys can see it very good, but it says there's a nano fiber integrity. There's neuron chip M series, Zerk Industries, flux lobe detected. And so there's basically, they got a chip in their brain here. And then they're scanning the circuits, making sure everything's running fine. Did my mouse really just die? I think it did. Oh no, we're back.
So that's in his head.
Yes, I guess the chip's in the head because they're showing the panel on the screen. But that day when they sat Russ down and scanned his brain, they found something that could set forth a chain of events that would change Russ's life forever. An imperfection within the MSC has been detected. 5377 must be evaluated immediately. So basically, the main memory compressor unable heat signature abnormal. So it shows on there just like there's no tissue degeneration, there's no tissue infection, no tissue anomalies, no tissue rejection. And MSC is noted down here that it means memory swipe chip. So an imperfection within the memory swipe chip has been detected. 5377 must be evaluated immediately. What's up, computer kid? Come in, son. Have a seat. MSC malfunction. So we got the director of the memory swipe chip department. Thank you. I'll take it from here. I want you to relax and count backwards from 10. This is just a routine exam to make sure you are in good health. Nothing to worry about. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and he's asleep. So they got Elon Musk in the book.
I don't know. I never got to freaking past 5 when they say count to 10.
Oh, dude. Now we got to go off on a tangent again. Thanks, Jake. So when I had my wisdom teeth removed, they gave me Valium. And they're like, count back from 10. I got down to 1. And I'm looking at them like, you know what? And so they gave me more. And they're like, count back from 10. I got to like 9. And I don't remember anything. And so when I'm finally like awake and I'm conscious of what's going on around me, like they're all dying laughing. And I'm like, what the hell is so funny, you know? And they were like, oh man, the dentist came in and checked because I had my wisdom teeth taken out. And they're like, oh, the dentist came in to check on you and see how you were doing. And he was like, what's everybody laughing about? And you're like, it's your fault. You did it. And then you told everybody in the room, thanks for coming to your presidential inauguration and all kinds of crazy shit. And so I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like, where in the hell did I come up with thanks for coming to my presidential inauguration? Like this was like 18 years ago. So it was pretty funny. So here we go. I'm in a playground. There's that lady again. Do you remember who she is? Remember, they're disappearing. Where are they going? So it's got a picture of him and this lady in the flowered dress, and it looks like mom and dad and the sister. Who is the little girl? Everything is getting dark. I can't remember. I am alone. I want to go home. It's cold. So this kind of answers a little bit of the question of why he has these dreams, because they're his memories coming back. So I guess the memory swipe chip, the MSC, is malfunctioning, and he's having these dreams, but they're really memories. That the memory swipe chip is malfunctioning and keeping Instead of making him forget, he's remembering. And so a few hours later, he wakes up. Let's see. Bachi Kino. Hey, Kino. Look who decided to join us. How long was I out? I don't know, man. Maybe a few hours. After lunch, you came in, didn't say a word, just fell out cold on your bed. Shh, keep it down. What's he doing? He's doing research. Important research. Last night I saw some guys take him and he never came back. Who? 6878. Who? The boy in the room next door. His ID number is 6878. Last night he disappeared. Why do you look so happy about that? Come on, Bachi. You know I love this conspiracy stuff. Look, I don't know what's going on yet, but I'm going to find out.
These are some awesome hairstyles.
I'm saying Boondocks, man. It's like,
where's the video app for Russell dental extraction? LOL. Oh, apparently it was crazy because the nurse was cracking up. My mom and dad were laughing, and the dentist, like, they had no idea what to say. But, I mean, they had to have loaded me up with volume because, like I said, the first time it didn't, I was like, what? You know, I counted down to 1. And then the second time, I was, like, gone. Like, don't pass go, don't collect $200. I didn't even make it to 9. So, meanwhile, oh, here we go. We got another chopper. Yes, this dude's got something about choppers. You do the chopper. No.
copyright infringement.
No, it's not copyright infringement. You can do impersonations. That's different. Where is the video at from Russell's dental extraction? I knew what you meant, Danny. It's all good. Welcome, Professor Morb. Sora, what's going on with the MSCs? It's good to see you too, sir. When did the chips begin malfunctioning? Just within the last couple of months, sir. Why wasn't I told about this sooner? That dude looks crazy.
He's got those crazy eyes.
He definitely got some crazy eyes going on.
You
Dude,
think he had a malfunction?
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the damn it, what are they called? On Death Note, the Shinigami, or what are they called? I'm having a brain fart. That's what it reminds me of. No, not the movie. I mean,
Shinigamis are.
Are you talking about that little wooden figure with the stabby?
No,
no.
Isn't it called a Shinigami on Death Note?
Yes.
Okay, so
they're death gods.
Yeah, so that's what his eyes remind me of, the Shinigami from Death Note, from the anime, not the movie. I don't know. I never made.
You're talking Ryuk?
I don't know who. It kind of reminds me of the main guy. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, Ryuk.
Yeah, Ryuk. That's right. Sorry, man. When it starts getting late, I start getting like crazy brain where I like stumble on trying to think of certain things. Like if it was like 5 hours ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, Ryuk from Death Note, you know, Shinigami. But now I'm like, oh, I didn't want to bother you with something so trivial as the MSCs, Professor, especially since that's a problem that my lab techs have already remedied. This report illustrates where the problems occurred. We are more than 80% through all the subjects with the defective chips. We are doing one final sweep of the home tonight. Here is the list of the subject scheduled. It attaches the manifest of all those who had the malfunction. One of the more severe cases is the test subject 5377. He's due for testing tomorrow. We recently did a swift cleanup of his MSC and decided it would be best to wait until we tested enough subjects before we brought him in. And there's some more of a close-up of Crazy Eyes. What's up, Crazy Eyes? It's awesome looking, though. I like it.
It's obey me. Look into my eyes.
So shiny.
I also wanted to discuss the project prototype test. They have yet to reach the results you're expecting, perhaps. I want a full report on 5377, where he came from, how he got here, his parents' bios, everything. He still has no recollection of his life prior to the home, correct? Actually, sir, that is one of the malfunctions we are experiencing with his MSC. Though it is designed to suppress his childhood memories, dreams about his past have begun to ignite them. What about his parents? His parents, sir? Yes, tell me about his parents. Oh, his father was assassinated and his mother died in a fire. And he was the only survivor? Yes. Impossible. That's it. That's his sister he's talking to. She was adopted. How much you want to bet? She's adopted. That's his sister grown up. This is him grown up, and he's remembering all the stuff that happened in the past. Oh,
And
man.
yet his sister can't tell him that he has these memories and
Yeah,
whatnot.
that's what she's trying. She's like, I got something I want to tell you. So now it's getting interesting. So now I'm figuring it out. So that's got to be his sister. She's grown up, and she was adopted by this athlete, and so she's trying to get through to him, and that's why he's having the memories, because him and her talking is helping pull these suppressed memories. I mean, I think I see where we're going here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I got a pretty good handle on it. So that night we've got the ninja dudes. Guys, Key, are these the guys you warned us about? Kino, wake up. That's him. Oh, apparently these are the dudes that are snatching the kids up. So now we're getting even more interesting on who's abducting the kids.
That's an interesting way of doing a drop kick while saying that.
Yeah.
I was hoping Bill Cosby, but that's all right.
I was reading one of my old comics yesterday, and there's actually an ad with Bill Cosby. It was like a 1991 comic.
Was it for Puddin' Pops?
Puddin' Pops.
Yep.
All right, so here we go. We got freaking crazy ass tranquilizer darts. Those are cool as shit. I've never seen tranquilizer dart like that. They're like throwing
It's coming out of the
knives.
finger, too.
They're like throwing knives. It's freaking awesome because it's like. So he just threw that. I want some freaking crazy ass darts like that. I need some for my kids. Kino, Russ, it's them. Get up. Let him go. Do you hear me? They're taking Bachi. Get up. All right, so we're going to the next screen.
Kino.
Club Kino.
Oh, the name sounded familiar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'll be so glad when I get the iPad fixed. I ordered the parts for it. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to micro solder it because Apple wanted like $400 to fix the iPod, which is basically, why don't I just buy a new one? And if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't be like, hey, fix this iPad. But that's anything anymore. It's freaking disposable. Oh, there's something wrong with it? Well, it's going to be $400 to fix it or $400 for a new one. Which one do you want to do? And then you trade them in the old one. They give you like $80 for it, and then they sell it for parts for like $400. So now they made $400 off you twice. And yeah, I just got kicked again.
So GameStop?
Sounds about right.
So GameStop?
Yeah, pretty much.
See, and everybody's mad about them doing that stuff, but I mean, they are a business, and that's kind of what businesses do. And yet, they made a very good business for many years because people kept going there, even knowing that they weren't getting diddly squat for their trades.
I apologize, everybody in the chat. I'm sorry that I don't understand why this is doing this time. We had no problems with the first book, and now it's gone completely psycho.
It's because you have us, so it's not just you anymore. And again, you can still blame me.
Get the hell off my show.
It's our awesomeness that we bring.
We just tripped apart an iPad 2 last week. Apple or Dick's.
We just bring too much to the table.
No,
Me and Jack.
no, I just need to invest in new equipment. And
Nice to meet you, by the way. First time meeting you.
Yeah, same here, Jake. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, Jake was on quite a while back. It's been like 5 or 6 months ago, and we did that cooking show.
Still going strong.
You made cookies. You made Loki fingers, is what you called them.
Yeah. We call it lady fingers, or we call them Loki fingers.
That's right.
No, still going strong with that. That's still going well. I just gotta set it right. I want to do it Thursdays now instead of Wednesdays because Wednesday's like church day, so I figured Thursdays would be better.
So how you coming there along with the comic book?
Oh, good.
What is Jack Napier doing?
I know you probably really can't see any of the differences, which sucks because there's like a lot of like I haven't cleaned this part yet over here. Oh, let me get up close.
That was Smithers who asked that question, right?
Yeah.
See, so you can kind of just see the.
It's why you can't see my hands, Smithers.
Oh, there, that's better. Now you can see the black right here.
All right, guys. There's not very many pages left of the book, so I'm just going to read them to you. There's literally 4 pages left of the book, so we're not even going to try to bring it up. I'll show you the pages for my super sweet Chromebook here, vintage 2010 circa.
Circa, it still works better than the Apple product that's supposed to.
Well, it still works better than the Apple product. Well, I blame my wife for that, and I blame Apple for it too. So in the Gen, it's the sixth generation iPad. So 5th and 6th generation iPad had a problem with the charge port. The way it was secured is there was 2 screws that hold in the charge port, and those screws over time from you putting the charge cable in and out and in and out worked themselves loose because I guess they didn't put Loctite on them. So what happens is that charge port flexes, and then there's a cable that runs from that cord to the main board because the charge port runs the headphones on all that different stuff, the speakers, all that's connected. So here, hold on. I'll go get the part and I'll show it to you. This is why it's going to be super insane for me to fix this thing, and I'll be super surprised. You got to see this. Like, you're going to shit. When I say micro soldering, like, I mean micro soldering. And the book's loading, so give me just a second. I'll grab that piece.
See, that's what I'm taking off of there.
I think it's getting too much glow from the other light. Kind of hard. It's just too bright.
There you go.
Okay, now I see the tip. Yeah, there's a lot of darkness to that.
All right, so look at
A lot
this
of
shit.
darkness to the tip there.
So look
Yep.
at this.
It's just the tip. That's why.
Oh,
All those are solder points.
you got this.
Yeah, I got
Do you
this.
have a soldering gun?
I do not have a micro solder. Look at how freaking small it is. Zoom. Focus. All right, maybe if I take
Put your
this
hand
up
behind
out
it.
of
It might focus easier.
Take it out of the shiny bag.
I'm not taking it out of the bag. I don't want to get it dirty. But like literally, each one of the solder points is like smaller than this freaking mechanical pencil tip. Like, here's the pencil tip, and then there's the soldering points.
Well, I mean, you can
So
make a
here's the
bomb,
problem.
so I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure you can solder something that
Yeah,
tiny.
so here's the problem. See how the charge port attaches? This is what I'm talking about. See, it screws in like that. There's where the 2 screws go. So what happens is over time, and then what happens is this right here, this chip flexes and it breaks all these connections right here. Because when you plug it in and out, this does this. So all these connections right here break off. And so it won't charge. So like there's nothing wrong with the iPad other than it won't charge. But you have to replace this entire freaking thing that has the motherboard and all that stuff. It runs pretty much everything: speakers, sound, microphone, headphones, charges it, you name it. And so there's a lot of shit that could go wrong if I accidentally solder 2 points together. You sure it's soldered and not a sticker on? Oh, I'm positive it's soldered because I looked at the repair videos from people that repair them, and they're like, yeah, you got to take all the old solder off. They use a heat gun to remove the old one, and then this one they put on there, and I'm watching them solder it. And this guy literally takes like his soldering tip. He's got the smallest one you can get. And he takes copper wire and wraps it around it, and then runs the copper off, and then cuts it off to a point. And he's soldering with that with a magnifying glass, and even the copper wire is almost too big to solder these points. And I'm like, what? So I'm like, I told my wife, I said, look, I said, the part is $18 with a toolkit. I had her order a toolkit too, because I don't have the right screwdrivers to take the iPad apart. I had a repair kit, but the kids ran off with it, and they thought it was fun to play with the tool set. And my wife was like, oh, I didn't know that was the tool set for the phones. because I replaced the batteries and the phones and stuff myself. I don't pay anybody to do that kind of stuff. I've replaced screens and all that. But I seen this and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, who makes soldering points this big? Like, why the hell wouldn't you make it a ribbon that just sticks in? Because they want you to pay.
Because it's Apple.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, so that's the problem. So Apple effed it up on this with the way that if it would stop moving around in the bag, that's what they did. They effed it up with this when it screwed in like this. Those screws back out. They probably didn't put thread locker on them, and so when it wiggles, it breaks that connection, and it no longer charges. The headphones don't work. Nothing works. So that has to be what's wrong with it. It has to be that port. And that's like I told her. I was like, I'll try soldering it, and if I break it, it was broke anyway. I'm like, oh, I mean, what are we going to do? Take the battery out and put a new battery in every time it needs to be charged? What I ought to do is I ought to freaking retrofit it, take that damn thing out of there. I mean, the only problem is you won't be able to back it up. I ought to take it out of there and put like a wireless charging system in there and that hooks up to the battery and just power it that way. But then I don't know how I'm going to connect the power to the freaking iPad that has this stupid. Oh,
yeah, but I mean, wireless charge, it'll take longer to charge anyways.
Well, I don't care how long it takes to charge if the damn thing works. Maybe this will work better. Well, I mean, you guys get the point. There's 46 solder points there. I counted them. There's like 46 or 48. I don't remember. It was like last week. So yeah, this has been sitting down here, and this is my task I have to do. And I'm like, yeah.
And Jake is trying to tell you that he needs a phone repair.
Oh, you need a new screen? I can fix that for you.
No. This is a OnePlus phone. They're like the new Nokia. I've smashed the crap out of it.
I love OnePlus.
And it still works. Yeah, this is my OnePlus. It's freaking amazing. It was so cheap, and it just like I bashed the crap out of it, and it still works. You know what you can do? You can probably go to the mall, drop off that piece with your iPad, and be like, "Here, fix this for $60."
Well, I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm going to take it apart and see how bad it really looks, and then we'll go from there. So, all right, here we go, guys. We're going to finish this book real quick. So,
last 4 pages. Woo!
Yeah, last 4 pages. So, of course, we had this scene here. Here, let's see if I can. Fuck all that shit. So here we go. We got the last page. They're fighting each other. So, do you hear me? They're taking Bocce. Get up. Let him go. We have no time for this, says the purple dude that looks like a Foot Clan soldier with his trank darts. And it hits Russ. But Russ don't care. He freaking Super Saiyan punches him. And, whoa, holy crap, the dude blocks it. All right, hold on. I got to share this because this is a pretty epic fight scene. So, hold on. We're going to log back into StreamYard. Maybe now that I have all the pages loaded first and I come in, maybe we'll just run through it real quick. There's literally 4 pages left. We're just going to run through it. So, everybody, hold your comments for the end. Hold your jokes. We're going to make one last run at this because I'm getting aggravated at the computer. I'm literally going to smash it. Not really, but... Oh, what did I miss? Let's see. What does Jake think you're doing? You sure it's soldered on? What you have to do is 10 both sides with new solder and flux it, and then IR heat on it. I don't know, Danny. You'll have to message me about that. 10 both sides with new solder, flux it, and then IR heat it on.
Just put a whole nother different charging compatible in it.
I don't know. We'll talk about that later. So we're going to share this in here. All right. So share screen. We're going to do this. We're going to make it work. All right. Here we go. Boom. Man. Worked right away. Wow. Surprising. I don't know. I haven't really watched the videos yet. So look at this epic freaking fight scene, though. Like, look at this. He, like, Super Saiyan punches him. And, like, so here's where he's coming in at him hot. And so he's like, yeah, we have no time for this. He throws the dart at him. The dart looks like it hits him in the chest. Maybe he dodges it. I don't know. And he's like, I'll take care of him. And then, oof, excellent. Let's go, Torque. Someone's coming. All right. We're going to hurry up and load another panel. Oh, good. It loaded right away. I like that. Russ, are you alive? I'm fine. Really? That guy clobbered you pretty hard. Are you sure nothing's broken? And then, so yeah, there you go. He broke the tranquilizer vial. What's going on? Or, hold on. Sorry, Mr. T voice. What's going on in here, fools? Mr. Lehman, I'm glad you're here. Is that right? Yes, seize them. They went out that window. If you hurry, you can still nab them. Lehman, care to explain the reason for this commotion? So we got another doctor in here. They are the reason, sir. Those two boys. There was a third. He's gone missing. Missing? I believe the word is kidnapped. I told you they came in through that window and shot my friend Bachi with a powerful tranquilizer. My friend Russ was also shot. Look, I know they were abducted 6878 last night. Take them and put them in solitary confinement. What? No. What are you doing? This is a tremendous mistake. You can't do this. The culprits are out there. They are out. Get him out of here. Fools. And so you see him looking out that window. It looks like they're way up in the air. And then now we're going to have freaking... It's not going to load again. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean, he broke the sound barrier 3 times for that punch.
Yeah. Meanwhile, several stories above ground. The subject has been acquired, Professor. Good. Scepter. Place 6237 in the testing chamber. Yes, sir. What of his cellmates? Everything is going as planned, sir. They've been detained. Repair the chip in 6237 and put him through the project prototype. As you wish. And Sora, it's time I met Russ 5377. Take me to him. We may begin. And I think the next page shows, the next page is the last page. No, the next page is the last page. It shows one of the kids getting freaking, like, fried. Don't you crap out on me. This is the last page. So, yeah, there's the guy that was kidnapped, and he is needs a joint between pages.
Experimented on, even more so than they already were.
I need a joint period, Danny. I think it would help me out with a lot of my pain, but unfortunately, I drive for a living, which is federal, and I don't get the luxury of getting to try stuff that probably will work, be 10 times cheaper, and not have all the crazy side effects. Like, I've gained 20 pounds since I started taking the medication that I'm on, because I started out on.
They're probably telling you to lose weight, anyways, right?
Well, I mean. Yeah, I could have stand to lose like 25 pounds before when I went in there. I'm only about 25 pounds overweight before I started taking the medicine. Now I'm like a little over 50 pounds overweight because I gained like 10 pounds in the first month after taking it. So the next is chapter 2. It shows a guy getting fried up in the chamber. And then you've got, the other 2 guys that tried to save him. They're all bloody and beaten. You got Russ and everything. So... Really, Jake? You think so, huh? So yeah, no, man. I wish I could. I would totally do that over taking medication because I don't have a monthly prescription. I pay $180 a month on top of the medicine I normally take. I pay another $180 for the medication I'm on. It keeps me to where I can actually go to work since I'm the only one working. With Roderick, my wife quit working going on 6 years ago in 2 weeks for Roderick's 6th birthday. And so it's going to be, now what's the chances of her going out and getting a job with everything being, everything that's closed up because of the shutdown because they can't, they can't afford to stay open. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to have to keep working and push through it. So I'm like, whatever, I got to take the medication. I got to have it. But you need to take the fake. Yeah. Good luck with that, dude. They're super thorough when they do the DOT drug testing, but I think it would help a lot. And it sucks because it's like I for breakfast I have carrots and celery, and then for lunch I have like a carb-free wrap with it's not carb-free. It's got like 5 carbs, but it's got 25 carbs, but 20 of it's fiber. So it's really only 5 carbs with like a couple slices of meat and a thing of buffalo wing cheese in it. And then for dinner, like we don't really have very much at all. And I'm still gaining weight and I don't understand it. Like I've been like eating a fourth of what I normally eat and I'm still gaining weight. And and a lot of it I think is water weight. And the reason why I say that is because like I will like go to bed, and I'll wake up, and then I'll do the morning whiz, and then I'll go and weigh myself, and I weigh like 7 pounds less than I did the night before. And I'm like, how the fuck is that possible? But no, they started me out. I was on 800 milligrams. And then they did these neck injections. And the second set didn't work. So they're like, all right, we're going to double it. So I started on 6. And then I went to 12. Now I'm on 3,600. So I think the max you're supposed to take is like 2,400. But 2,400 wasn't doing it. And then I got these freaking lower back injections. And I was like, oh, man, I can walk. Yay, it's great. And I was supposed to go February 18th. I don't know, somewhere right around the middle of February and get my second set of back injections. And, my girl is screaming at inflammation. Start by cleaning your colon out. I'll get out of here. Dude, I have a disc that's completely separated in my neck, for one thing. It's blown this way. And so this nerve is cut off on the right side. I don't think blowing out my colon's going to fix the disc being completely blown.
No, it'll just probably blow another disc.
Yeah, I'll be on there. Struggle too hard. And so I was like, all right, this works. So, according to them, it went through on the pre-auth for insurance. Well, like the week before the 18th, I was supposed to go back and get my second set. And I got a bill in the mail on Saturday for $4,600, and I about shit. I was like, what? So I called that Monday, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be in on the whatever day it is I was supposed to go in. I don't even remember. It's been over a month ago. And so I haven't been back since then. So slowly I'm getting worse, but what the hell am I supposed to do? I can't afford $5,000 in debt every time I go in for injections. They're freaking high. And I'm like, you know what to fix this? Weed. And it's probably like $10 a week. A little hit there, a little hit here,
Probably more, but I mean, depending on how you used it. But
well, if you get some good stuff, I don't think you have to use a whole lot of it. I mean, I think the whole I hate to go off on that topic, but I think the whole thing's stupid. Why it's so demonized? I don't see the big deal about it. I mean, people go out and they get drunk. I mean, it's no different, smoke weed, in my opinion. If you get drunk, you smoke weed. If you get drunk, you're going to possibly kill somebody. The worst thing that happened when somebody smoked weed is they bought out all the fucking spicy chicken sandwiches from Hardee's or something. You go through the drive-through, and person behind you pulls up, and they're like, "I'd like a spicy chicken sandwich." You're like, "Sorry, sir, we're out." The high fucker in front of you bought 30 of them. We have no more. And that guy'd be like, "Son of a bitch! I wanted a spicy chicken sandwich." I mean, that's the worst thing that's going to happen. I mean, seriously. Or if you're,
but we live in a society that has things like Grubhub and stuff like that. They're not leaving the fucking couch at this point.
I don't know. It sucks. It just got legalized here in Missouri on last year's ballot. Well, not last year, the year before's ballot. And it was supposed to be started last year, and then everything happened. We have the dispensary in St. Clair is operating now. The dispensary here didn't get approved, but it's only for medical use for now. Which, I mean, I could go get it, but then I would lose my job. So, like, what do I do? Because I would so try it. I'd be like, hey, if this is going to work out, I would rather do that than be on, because I'm on 3 different medications, and they're all $55 a month. And so, and it's like, all the side effects from them suck ass. I mean, the side effects of not taking them suck ass, too. So it's like, but at least this way, I'd be like, chill. I'll be on here. I'll be like, hey, everybody. Welcome to Russ Explode Studios. We're going to talk about some books tonight, man. Hold on. I got to get some snacks. I'm just kidding.
Well, if you're wearing the fro, you just pull the snacks out of the fro.
Just a Cheeto here or there.
So who we got in here? Elvis died with 50 pounds of shit in him. We know a lady who went for an x-ray and was compacted with shit they couldn't say. They couldn't even x-ray. If it's legal, they can't test you for it. And with the right to try federal law, you might be able to skirt the regulation. Interesting topic. Yeah, but here's the thing. So the only reason why I know that you can't really skirt the law with it is because so CBD oil. I used it for like 5 or 6 months, and it did a lot of good for me. It really did. But even though it contains very small trace amounts, like I think 0.1 or whatever is the legal limit for. I don't remember what it is. It's been over a year since I bought it. I mean, first of all, it's expensive as hell. It's like $110 for a 1,200 milligram bottle of it, and it lasts quite a while. Like it lasted me like 90 days. So I mean, it was about the same price as the medication that I'm on now. Actually, it's like, well, actually, honestly, it's less because it was 110 for 3 months. It's $30 a month. I'm paying 165. So yeah, technically it is less. But I would put it in my coffee in the morning, mix it in with coffee, and I felt great. I wasn't 100%, but I was able to get around better. But then somebody that I know that was using it for 6 or 7 months got popped for a random DOT drug test, and they failed because you long-term use, it builds up just enough in your system. They don't detect for how much, they detect if it's present. And so it came up that it was present in the system, and so he went through all this shit. He was on like a temporary leave for, I want to say, it was like almost 2 months before they were finally like, all right, yeah, you can go back to work. Because he's like, look, they sell the shit in the store. It's legal to buy it. It's not a drug. I'm like, I swear I've never, I don't know how he had to work around it, but DOT is super. Yeah, it's stupid low. It is. It's absolutely stupid low. It's like 0.1. It's like 0.01% to 0.04. I don't know. I still have the bottle up there of the last bottle I had that I quit taking of it. But it's stupid stuff like that. I mean, CBD oil works wonders. I mean, people are like, oh, it's CBD oil. What can it do? Like, well, I don't know. You have, arthritis or you have problems. I mean, I had tendon reconstruction surgery done on the same. Well, I can't really turn. I had tendon reconstruction surgery done, so I got a scar that runs from here all the way up on the wrist that got hit by the airbag that blew back. That did wonders for the pain that I have still, even after I have reconstructive surgery on the tendon. And I mean, people are like, oh, CBD oil, that's just weed oil. I mean, yeah, it is, but there's no THC in it. It's all the anti-inflammatory benefits of it. So I don't know. It sucks. I'm in a rock and a hard place. Like, legitimately, this week has been by far probably one of the worst weeks I've had in like 3 months. Like I think I put in like over 60 hours this week, and so by Thursday I'm like, fuck, I'm done. And like, yeah, I literally Thursday night I went live with Brian Rodman, and I was live for like 30 or 40 minutes with him. And so I texted my wife. I was like, hey, I'm off there. Good night. Love you. She's like, it's like not even 9 o'clock yet. I'm like, okay. And then, so last night I was like, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Good night. She's looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But I was like, yesterday I was like at the point I couldn't even hardly walk anymore. Have you ever tried an inversion table? I don't know. I haven't tried anything because everything's freaking closed around here still. Half the shit's open, but it's crazy. You can take oxys or roxys and can't smoke a joint. Legislators are ass backwards. Well, yeah, it's because they got the money in big pharma's pockets. I mean, that's the easy
That's
explanation
correct.
there. That's why they're so scared of weed. Weed wasn't demonized because it's a bad drug. Weed was demonized because of all the potential possibilities. So here's one of the cool things about weed. They have actually derived a chemical from weed for people that have epilepsy and have severe seizures that they can take this medication every day with no side effects like all the other BS. And there's a guy that's been taking it for, I don't know, like almost a year now, that he's like, this is the best thing they've ever come out with. That all the stuff that I was on for 20 or 30 years, I had all these bad side effects and I still had episodes. I've been episode free for a year without the side effects. And like, if that doesn't tell you something, that now they're using it for epileptic patients, you know, or just anybody that's a seizure patient. I mean, come on, man. But that's what it is. They're like, oh, yeah, this can wipe out so many of the drugs that we make money off of, and it's cheap, and you could grow it yourself. Oh, we got to demonize it. It's illegal.
Yep.
So, and it's nice, and now it's becoming medically available pretty much almost all the states are starting to adopt it. So I mean, it'll only be a matter of
We
time
just need
before
it to be federally accepted.
we need it to be federally accepted. But the problem is DOT would still find a way around it. That's the only issue. And I mean, I'm all for it. I'm like, I would love to just be like, let's see, I know just as many people who OD'd on opiates as alcohol, none from pot. Yeah, the worst thing that you fucking OD on pot, you freaking take a nap for like 15 hours and you wake up and you're like, shit, I'm late for work. I mean,
What day is it?
what day is it? I was just, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of the reason why I'm excited about getting into writing. It's something I always wanted to do. Writing the books. Xenonanite Titan is my big project. Is my baby. It's what I'm passionate about, and I really do love it. And it was great after 10 years to finally bring it out and actually tell people about it. I mean, some of the people that I worked with behind the scenes, they knew about the book. They knew the reasons why the book. I was just like, whatever, I promote people. I'm not gonna bring this book out. I can't commit to something like that. Because Roderick was having so many surgeries and stuff. It's like, I couldn't even commit to my job. I missed, months at a time when he would have an open heart surgery because we would go in, he would have it, and he'd be in for 2 or 3 weeks before we would go home. And so I was like, I can't commit to a book. I don't even know how to go about it. And then over the years, in Kickstarter had gotten real big and worked with other creators and, promoting them, and they were doing Kickstarters and like, hey, I just did this and my book was successful. And I'm like, that'd be a great way to self-publish it. I can't afford the printing cost. So if I can get enough people to pre-order the book, I can afford to print the book myself and not have to go through a publisher that's going to be like, we don't like this about your book. You need to change it. Because I like it the way it is, Yeah, the editor, makes edits in it and it's stuff that needs to change. Okay, I can get that. But publishers like, oh no, all of this is bad. All of it.
Take this whole section out and change it. Take
this whole section out. Yeah, let's make if you have a vampire book, let's make your vampire sparkle because that's what's in right now. So, and that's what it is. The big publishers make everything, oh, this is what's in right now. You need to make your story cater to this because they'll sell a bunch right now. But then like 10 years from now, people are like, what's your book name called? So I wanted something to be memorable. I wanted it to be the way that I intended it to be. I wanted it to be awesome. And
you want it to create your own hype train, not jump on it.
Yeah, I want to create my own hype. I want people to read this book and be like, holy shit, this guy has gone through some really bad stuff. What in the hell would I do if this happened to me? And, a lot of the rewrite incorporated a lot of the pain and the suffering and the things that we've gone through for the last 5 years as far as Roderick's open heart surgeries, and, then me finding out that I might have cancer, which is something that's been weighing on me really heavily. Because Monday I go back to have my CT scan to see where the mass is. The mass hasn't gone away. It's still on my spine. They're smaller. They don't think it's cancer, but I don't know that. I mean, I could go in Monday and it's gotten bigger and it's taken over more, and that's why I'm having more problems. It could be gone, and I really hope that's the case. So that's part of the reason why this week's been such a bad week, because dealing with the Kickstarter, it hasn't moved. And it's not upsetting. It's not that my Kickstarter's not at 10 grand. It has nothing to do with the money. It's just, it's frustrating to have something that means so much to you that this book's a badass book and that people are really going to fucking love it. And then it's like for 14 days, it's like been dead. And I mean, I'm funded. I mean, that's great. And then, over that 14 days, a pledge would drop. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand people, are having financial issues. I totally get it. And then another one would drop. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then another one dropped. And I'm like, oh my God, we're going towards the fun goal. We're supposed to be going towards the stretch goal. So it's just, it has nothing to do about the money. It's just the mind funk of nobody's interested in the book, even though that's not the case. As people are struggling financially, but still you have that thought in the back of your head that's going, oh yeah, people don't like the book, or or the thing of, what did I do wrong? Did I piss this person off for some reason? And I was talking to Luis Torres about it. I'm like, man, I don't know. He's like, dude, we all do that. Every time we lose a pledge, we're like, what did I do wrong? He's like, but it's not that. It's just, it happens. I'm like, I know, but it's like I want to message a person and be like, hey, I'm sorry you're having problems. I hope everything's good with you. And, just to be nice, but I don't want them to think I'm like, hey, where'd you go? I want your money. Because it's not the case. I feel bad. Everybody's going through some shit right now. But it's nice to, be doing what I want to do, because hopefully, once this book gets out there, hold on. I know, just make it okay. What do you say? My girl's dad got off his deathbed in 1999 with Marinol pot pills. I woke up so many times on Wednesday, I thought it was Friday 2 days ago. You have to watch that Lisa Rankin video and some Bruce Lipton on how the mind controls the body more than science wants to admit. All I'm thinking of, I seen that and I thought it said ramen and Lipton. I was thinking like noodles and tea. I was like, are we going to what are we going to a ramen restaurant? Jesus. So, that's why I'm excited about doing this. It's like, I know that it's going to be possibly a year, maybe in 2 years. I'm not going to be able to do this job anymore. I'm not going to be able to climb in and out of a truck. I'm not going to be able to drive for, 400 or 500 miles a day, bouncing around in a truck with my back, And, if it comes down to the fact that it becomes, I'm just going to have to do that because the medicine quits working. I'm going to have to quit my job and find something else to do. And, she's going to have to get a job. And then I'm like, what are we going to do with the kids? And it's like, between what is my biggest regret and what am I going to do? Because if I do have cancer, they're going to pull my medical card and I'm not going to be able to drive. So I've already lost my job. I'm like, what am I going to do? I'm like, I really regret not doing this book, and I really have always wanted to do it. So, like, this is my last ditch resort. I'm digging the book up. I made it better. I put all this shit that we went through over the last 10 years and made it into something believable. And I know you've read the book, Jack. And it's like, I really wanted to, like Smithers said, you live the life of the character through reading the book. You find out about the world. You find out about all the bullshit that this guy has been put through and put to the test. And he's not a hero. He's not some dude that has superpowers. He's not a muscular guy by any means. He's just your average, dad. He's a scientist. He works his job. He comes home and he spends time with his kids. And now it's like it's fight or flight. And it's like, I wanted it to be an inspiration to people. I wanted it to be an awakening, kind of like the whole reason why I talk about, the cancer thing last year. It was never about, making people. That was something that Brian K. Morrison and I talked about, And I've never talked about it on the show before, but you guys would not believe how many times I've gotten messages from people like, oh, yeah, way to put on a pity party so people will buy your book. And I'm like, dude, this is not what it's about. And Brian K. Morris was like, yeah, Russ, I know that's not what you're about. I'm like, if you would watch my shows, I always talk about everybody's inspirations. What inspired you to do this? What inspired you to do this? By talking about my story and saying my life's fucked. I could have cancer. I might die in fucking 2 months. I'm still writing this book. I'm still doing it. Don't make excuses. The time is now. If you have something you want to do, go do it. That's why I talk about it. And it's like people misconstrue things so bad. And they get, people just to send you hateful, messages or, after the Kickstarter ended. That was the other thing. It was like, oh, the art in your book shit. That's why it didn't fund. And I'm like, you just dissed like all of my friends. Like, these are all people that I love and adore and that are really cool people that I was like, hey, I want to put your piece in another medium. And then you're saying their work's shit.
Yeah. People are shitty.
And it's like,
but what I will say, Russell, is happy thoughts. You have to keep happy thoughts. Because all of it swirling in your mind, yeah, it sucks. And there's always what could have been, what could be. But you can't always look at that. You have to look at always the positive. That's what's going to keep you going.
Oh, I know, and that's what I do. And that was the problem with, with the medication. One of the biggest side effects was depression and suicidal thoughts. And so, like, when I was started taking it at 600, it wasn't bad. At 1200, it wasn't really bad. And then at 2400, it was like, the world is ending. Like, one bad thing would happen in the day, and it was like, my day was done. I'm like, fuck everything, I'm done. And then when I got to 3600, it was really bad. And so it's just been, I think you got it spot on this time, Russ. Thanks, Danny. I appreciate that, man. I I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I don't care what people think. I know everybody jokes around about it, like the whole thing with the banner. I wanted to do the banner anyway. That's not why I bought it, because their stuff has been giving me shit about it for a year. I'd have bought it a long time ago if that was the case. But I want to do cons when cons open back up. When this book funds and at the end of the campaign and I get these books printed, I got to sell them somehow. I can't just go to a con without a banner. So that's why I got with Wendy and I was like, hey, what do you think about how this banner looks? And she helped me out with it a little bit, and I got it printed at Vistaprint, and I'm like, man, it's gonna be badass. I got this cool banner behind me now, and I can't wait to go to cons, and I can't wait to talk to people. I mean, that's the other thing. People are like, oh, you guys make so much money off the Kickstarter. It's like, no, I'm selling the book at cost with shipping and the fees and taxes that you have to pay after the Kickstarter. You don't make anything off of it. I just need people that are like, hey, I want to support your project. I want to help you print your first print run. I want to read the book because, you're an awesome dude, and I want to see how good it is. And if it's good, I'm going to tell the whole world about it, And that's what it takes, to get the word out there. If I break even, cool. If I lose a little bit of money, then, that is what it is. But I did it. I printed the book. That's what I set out to do. I wanted to print the book. I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to freaking... that was one of the questions I got asked on my interview. I don't even remember who it was with. They said, "What are you gonna do if somebody approaches you after the book's been out for a while and wants to buy the rights?" And I'm like, "No, I'm gonna write the book. I'm writing book 2. I'm gonna write book 3. I'm gonna self-publish all of them. Hopefully, book 2 will garner a bigger crowd. I'll have new people that'll come on and buy back issues of 1." And then by the time book 3 hits, hopefully I'll have a bigger, fan base of people that I could talk to. But I'm not selling the rights. I'm going to do the books. I'm going to do the comic book series. If I end up meeting an artist that's like, hey, I want to work on this with you. Let's get this scripted. Let's write your comic book story that you want to do, and let's make it happen. I will sell the rights to it when I'm done with it. And I'm not ever going to go back to it. I mean, I'm excited about talking to the fans about it. I'm excited about doing it the way that I want to do it and it being told the way, it was meant to be told. I'm excited that, people to be like, I really hated your book. And I want to be like, why? And I'm going to be excited about people that say, yeah, hey, I loved your book, Russ. It was great. I can't wait to see what happens with this or what happens with this. Some of the stuff we've talked about. You've asked questions and I've never been hateful, but I've been like, oh, man, this is why, and then sometimes I just never had a really good way to explain it. But like when I did the live read last year, I got to the point and I was like, oh yeah, Jack asked me about this. And I'm like, I've thought of a good way to explain it. And I explained it. And I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus and be like, oh, Jack was like a dickhead and asked me questions. I'm like, this was something Jack asked about, so I want to expand on it because some of you in the audience might have questions. And some of the people watching back, I mean, I can't answer, however many people go back. I mean, I can answer them in individual messages, but it's easier to answer the questions I've already know that I've gotten. But, it's just been a fun experience, especially with the people you work with. You find, people like Wendy and stuff and Lewis and, CB Zane and Michael Shoemaker and, Alfred and Kara and, all of them. They're great people. And they're like, you can do this. Just do it, So it's been fun, man. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on like a whole tirade.
I think Jake's done. He took off the gloves.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Gloves are off now. What do we got? What do we got there now? Whoa! I just removed you. Hold on, Jake. I'm sorry. I kicked him out. I clicked the wrong button. My bad, buddy.
That's the problem with doing this from your phone?
No, that's
the one thing that annoys me in today's comic books. Look,
is what?
Look at all these words. You got a great storyline. Minimum ads, and then you go to a modern book nowadays.
There's
not a lot of words and tons of ads.
A lot of ads.
I got and then
ad, then hi, and then ad, and then look, here's a new character, and then ad. And then yep.
Ad.
And sometimes it's an ad, and then you flip the page, and there's 2 more ads. It's like Jesus Christ.
Dude, what is that? That's got to be is that a DC book?
This is Edge of
Oh
Spider.
wow, it's a Marvel book. I'm gonna
Yeah,
say usually DC books have a lot of ads in them.
it's like, well, look at that ad. This
Yeah,
has
I counted like 8 of them when you went through there. Well, I mean, the problem is here's the issue. We got the big two taking stories they've told over and over and over and over and over again, and they're trying to find a new twist, but they don't have a lot of story to try to come up with to retell. So they're like, well, we'll just keep printing these books. We'll add a few words. We'll do a few side stories, and we'll just put a shit ton of ads in them. And like people will be like, holy crap, this is a 64-page giant issue, and there's like 47 ads in it. It's the rest of it is story. I agree. A lot of mainstream titles that go through lack story content. They do. They really do. And that was one of the things I thought about doing with my book was adding a spot where people could put ads in it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to add an ad into the book. And I want it to be awesome. But I don't want somebody
Russell,
to be like,
you have to do one ad.
what, for
You
Blue
have to do
Balls
one ad
Reviews?
as Harry Sachs.
Should I make that a stretch goal?
These were my type of books.
Oh, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
House of Secrets.
Oh, hold on. I don't want to accidentally remove you from the stream again.
House of Secrets is freaking amazing. I got like Super Friends, Demon was great, Supergirl.
Love Demon. Etrigan. I love his riddle talking. It's just wonderful.
Okay.
Especially since most of the people try and get him to not do that.
To do what? Sorry, I went to go grab something real quick.
Etrigan. So he speaks in riddles.
Oh.
So, and other people try and get him to, they just like, shut up. Like, we don't want to hear your riddles.
So, CJ, these are my kinds of books right here.
I see.
These are my kinds of books. And you got this one. And then you got...
But yeah, Demon was freaking amazing. Oh my gosh.
Vampirella number 10. Who is this hideous monster? I love these. I love all these freaking covers. These painting covers are freaking amazing. The Frazettas, the Heinrich, the San Julian covers. I mean, this cover here is freaking amazing.
But it's like, okay, most of those don't even have Vampirella on them. And that's the crazy part, because it's
because
you have the title, but it's not all about her, even though it's her book.
And it's not. And so then when I had Frank Forte on, Frank was talking about that Vampiress Carmelo. And I was looking through that and I'm like, holy crap, this is really cool. So I don't know. I ordered issue 1 through John and Mary. And so they got issue 2 in because I went on pull box and they were still available on pull box. So I just added them to the pull box and I did back issues of 1 and 2 because 3's coming, I think, next month. And so they got number 2 in Tuesday. And so they're shipping that to me. But they're like, the number 1s haven't come in yet. You got the order in too late for it. And I was like, whatever. So I'm kind of excited. I did get a couple of number 1 because they're only like $5 each. So I was like, yeah, I'll get like 2 or 3 number 1s. And I'll have one, send 2 of them off for grading. Just because, so I can start a grading run of it. So I don't know. Because I love the covers. The covers are freaking awesome. But yes, you're right. So like up to like 20, there was most of the covers didn't have Vampirella on it. I mean, you had these monster covers and you're like, okay, who's that? But once you got past like the 20s, like when Frank Forte and I were talking, almost every cover has Vampirella on it. Like this one here has Vampirella. And then some of these loose ones I've got here that I've been reading and thumbing through. When I find cheap reader copies, like this one has Vampirella twice. You got Possessed Vampirella, so you got double duty going on there. And this is one of my favorite covers here, the number 20 cover. It's just freaking awesome. All the detail in it for the time when this was done.
Those are like what was it? Full Metal and to like when the covers like that were like the full metal.
Heavy metal.
You mean heavy metal?
Heavy metal. I said full metal, didn't I? Jesus.
Yeah,
Double
that's right.
Duck
Full
Heavy.
Metal Alchemist is awesome too, so we'll let it slide. And no
Double Duck
YouTube, those aren't boobs. There's covers over them. So don't freaking kick me for it, jackasses. And then here
There's
you got
ports for the guns to come out.
There's ports for the guns to come out. Hey, what were you showing off there? Bring it back.
The Astonished. Tales of the Astonished.
First
I can't see the grade though.
Yeah, you can't
Is that
see
a
the grade.
0.5?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right, man. Still a great cover.
Yeah. It's the first appearance of the big guy, the giant Ant-Man. And
So
then
what happened? Why was that 0.5?
six,
All right, hold on.
six.
He said you could do a centerfold ad like Tammy's calendar. I got the OA of Vampirella 18 that's coming out. Oh, did you really? Who did the OA for the one? Well, I mean for the cover that you got, because God only knows there's probably 47 fucking variants for it. They've totally bastardized Vampirella. Yes, I'm gonna bitch about it. As a Vampirella collector,
That's
stop making
dynamite
so
though.
many.
Like
Stop making so many fucking covers. Like, I'm cool with the cosplay cover. Like, I like those. Like, there's been some really good cosplay covers that have been coming out. I get them, and I'm like, oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And then they're like, oh, here's the 1 in 10, the 1 in 25, the 1 in 50, the 1 in 100, the 1 in 150. And I'm like, I'm not paying
the 1 in
$150.
300, the 1 in
Yeah.
500. Yeah, it's
The
like
1 in...
Yeah.
And no, and then there's not even just that. There's the sketch version, there's the colored version, there's the inked version of each one of them.
Mhm.
And they're all like super ass expensive.
Yep.
Oh, William Russell? Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. He does have the cover for number 18. Awesome. That's cool that you scored that. Yeah, I was at C2E2, and that was when Clayton Crane and Lucio Perillo were sharing a table there with Scorpion Comics, which fuck them. I don't like them either. Not the artist, Scorpion. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I have a good reason not to. So I'll tell this story real quick because I don't say anything without backing it up. So how pissed off would you be? You go through Scorpion Comics' those lines. I got my Vampirella Deja Thoris copy signed. Beautiful cover. I'll have to show it off to you, Jack. It is phenomenal. It's like the best freaking cover ever. And then I had Clayton Crane sign the Valentine's Day Vampirella cover that he did. And I got them all graded. So I finally went through the whole day, got all my books signed. I had Dawn McTagg did the signature on her cover of Valentine's Day Vampirella. Then I had Ryan Kincaid sign his. And then I went to Jamie Tyndall's table and had him sign his. And, I went around and got all my signatures for the day. The end of the day, CGC was totally fucked with everything that day. We finally get up to the CGC table. We're all waiting in line. Their computer crashes, and they had like so many people that needed witnesses to stand with them in line. So, you couldn't sneak in a signature and write it on your card or whatever. So they started making us polybag our books. So everybody had to polybag their books and, seal it with the seal. It was like those Brinks bags that they deliver money in. They're like serial numbered, and if you tear it off, they're tamper-proof. And so we're all standing in line. So I was in line for 2.5 hours. I get up there to the table, and the guy comes over, and he opens the bag, sets my books out, sets the discs there, and then somebody asks him a question, so he walks off. And I'm just standing there, I got my hands down. I'm like, I'm not touching the books. I'm not moving them. The guys from Scorpion come up and grab my books and my desk, and they just throw them to the side. Like, when I say throw them, I'm not saying throw them because, I'm being exaggerated. They picked them up and fucking tossed them to the side. Now, imagine how pissed off I was that I paid what I paid for the 2 Deja Thoris covers, because they were like $50 each, because they were limited to 50, and I bought them straight through the retailer that had the exclusive variant. They threw them to the side. Not only did they throw my books, they lost the fucking discs. So the guy comes back from CGC and is like, "Where's the discs?" And I'm like, "I don't know." They grabbed my shit and threw it over here. And I was fucking hot. And I'm not even kidding. Like, I was about ready to punch this guy out. And he's got the original artwork for Clayton Crane. They were bringing it up there to get it graded. And they just walk up and butt in front of everybody in line and throw my shit to the side and lose my disc. And so this guy's like, "Oh, well, you got to have your discs." So luckily for him, the Scorpion Comics guy is like, "Oh, he had his disc there. I think they may have fell back there somewhere." So the CGC guy gets a new disc out and starts asking me who signed each book. And I tell him, what the signatures are. But is that not shitty as fuck? You don't touch another man's books. I don't care. What are we looking at here? What the circumstances are. What is that?
Something Kickstarter. I can't.
Oh, is that
it.
Xenonanite titties? Oh, thanks, brother. I appreciate that, man. So, like comment on that, Jack. What would you do if somebody walked up, took your books, and granted, I know you probably wouldn't be having your books graded and in line and whatever, but what would you do if somebody did that?
No, even without all of that, the fact that somebody touching my stuff, that they're cutting in line, so that's already going to piss me off. The fact that they then chuck your stuff, yeah, I'm actually surprised you didn't deck that motherfucker, because I don't think I could have not done that at that point. Like, are you shitting me right now? 2.5 fucking hours in line, and you're gonna throw my shit? Fuck you.
Well, here's the thing. So this was the first time CGC had the phones. You got in line first thing in the morning. I got in line first thing in the morning because I had a stack of books like this that I was wanting to get graded that were no signatures. I'm like, I just want these graded. So I got in line. The line was moving pretty quick. I was like, oh, cool. I'll get up there and turn my paperwork because I already had everything entered in the computer. I printed it out. So all I had to do was hand it to them with the printout. Well, I get up there and they're like, oh, you got to sign in on this little Palm Pilot thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. So you sign in, you put your phone number in. Well, the system crashed, like I mentioned earlier, when the computers crashed. And I walked around with my books for like 7 or 8 hours. They were in top loaders. They were in a binder, and then the binder was in my backpack. And so I'm like really protective of this thing as I'm walking around and they make sure I don't get hooked on anything and damage the books. And so finally I go up there. I'm like, it's like 2:00. This was the first day. This was Friday. It was like 2:00, and I get up there and I'm like, look, man, I got here at 8:00 this morning. I signed in on this. I know I have to be coming up soon. There was only like 25 people in front of me. And they're like, oh yeah, we're sorry, the system crashed. I'll go ahead and take your books. So the guy just took my books. And I was like, all right, cool, And so the next day, like I said, I had to wait, 3 hours for a witness. That was the whole thing why we had to polybag our books in the tamper-proof bags, was because they were short on witnesses, and then there was a shit ton of people there getting their books graded. And so I was 3 hours waiting for a witness. The witness finally goes with me. I get some signatures from Scotty Young. Roderick, my son, gets to meet Scotty Young. Dude, he was like, Scotty, I got a picture of him and Scotty Young fist bumping with them with the Hulk hands on in his Hulk outfit. Yeah, Scotty was cool as hell. He's like,
Scotty Young is pretty cool.
He's like, hey, can I take a picture of your son? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. You can take a picture with him. I was like, I'm halfway hoping, it'll pop up on his website or on his, on his Facebook page. Cause, I wanted to show Roderick, hey, look, this guy that is really cool. He put your thing up, and I forgot to look for it to see if he ever posted pictures from C2E2. But, I went to all these people. So I didn't just have my Vampirella book from Dawn McTagg and Jamie Tyndall and Ryan Kincaid and all these, and Lucio Perillo and Clayton Crane. I had other books too. So I had 3 Marvel Scotty Young books. One of them is the oh my god, my brain's gone. What's the guy with the 2 swords with the headband? Jesus, it's that time of night.
Bishop?
No, it's not Bishop. The one that, no, it is Bishop.
Blade?
No, it's not Blade.
No.
Oh man.
So
I don't know.
the what's throwing me is the headband. That's why I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is Bishop. I think it was Bishop because it was Bishop and Deadpool. Deadpool was making a joke about cutting his hair, and he's like, "You're not ever touching my hair." And I had that cover I got signed, and then I got the one cover signed. I think it was Wolverine, and it had the multiple faces. It was like a collage of different X-Men that he did. That was really cool. And there was like 11 other books that got graded that all had signatures that were with those Vampirella books, and they were all in that stack. But I like to wait 3 hours for witness, then wait in line for each one of those signatures, and finally it's the end of the day. It's like 3 or 4 o'clock. You wait another 2 hours in line, and then somebody just butts in front of everybody. Me, considering I was next, and I was like, thank God I can freaking get off of my feet. And then you grab my books and throw them to the side. Like, I'm like, dude, if it was able to be Carrie in here, I would just stab you right in the fucking neck right now. Luckily, though, all my books came back good, except for the one book. It came back a 9.6. All of them came back a 9.8. Like, hold on. I'll grab this Lucio Perillo cover. I got to show it. It's so fucking beautiful. To the comic closet.
Philly Tucci.
Ow.
I like Philly Tucci. He's my favorite.
Is that a comic closet or is Russell trying to disappear?
I love Billy Tucci.
He is a great artist.
Definitely. Oh, this is the artwork for my shirt that I'm going to be making for my cooking show.
With a wonderful Stay Puft Man in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my daughter, Angela.
She's on the show with you every now and again, right?
Yeah. Every now and
Okay,
then.
because I know I've seen snippets of your show before.
Oh, that's a bomb ass cover.
Damn.
So imagine that there's only, I think there was like 50 of these. No, there was 100 of this one. I mean, look at that. Is that not beautiful?
It was damn good.
And then, so there was 50 of those. And then there was, or 100 of those. And then there was 50 of these. Which is the same cover, only it was a zoom in. And how cool is that? To go out to Lucio
I think it's a
Perillo.
different color on the background too.
Yeah, it's a purple background instead, and he did the purple marker, and it turned out beautiful. So thank God these
Yeah,
came back 9.8, because I would have been making Scorpion Comics buy me new ones, because like these copies were mint when I got them. I mean, whenever I ordered them from, I think these were Comics Elite. Hold on, let me look at the other one. This one doesn't say. It is Mega Gaming and Comics exclusive. So it's a place I haven't even heard of. I just happened to see them, and I was like, holy shit, I gotta have these, because these are absolutely beautiful. Well, anyway, so not only did I pay them the extra $8 a book to ship them with top loaders to me so they wouldn't get damaged. I take them to Lucio Perillo to get them signed, and he goes, this is the first time I've ever even seen this book after I did the cover for it. He'd never signed one before. So, like, how would that feel going up to Lucio Perillo and him being like, this is the first time I've seen this book? And
I love it when an artist, when they do the first signing for something, they'll put first or like a notation for that first one. And that it just makes it so much more special.
Well, and that was the thing. So here's the other thing. He had no idea they zoomed in on the cover like that and did the purple variant. He had no idea. He's like, holy shit. He's like, I've never seen this before. And I'm like, what do you mean? You've never seen it before? You fucking painted it. And he's like, no, I didn't say that to him. I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I didn't know they did this. He's like, this is the original painting that I did. He goes, I didn't know they did another variant of it. I was like, yeah, it's only limited to like 50. And so he was like, oh man, he's like, I'm gonna get a special marker for this one. So he's like, this is the first time I'm using this. He's like, so I really hope it doesn't mess up. I'm like, I really hope so too, man, because I paid like $75 for the 1 and 50 or the 1 and 51, and I paid another $8 or whatever it was for a top loader. And I'm like, man, I hope it doesn't either. But it turned out beautiful. It looks stunning on there. But yeah, I get these books signed and I get them up there, and they're like the first ones he's ever signed of that book. And so like they feel special to me because I'll always remember that. And then this asshat freaking picks them up and throws them down. I'm like, it's on. So
How did you not kill that man?
I don't know, because he vouched for me and he said he had the disc there, and so that and like so what? Here's what transpired out of this. Like the guy that was with the guy that threw my books, seen the steam vents going off, and he like grabbed the guy and pulled him aside. He's like, "Hey man, you don't do that." And so like that to me meant this guy's new to this kind of thing. So that kind of like made me 1/100th of less pissed off. But I was just like, I don't want to get kicked out of C22.
The self-restraint on that one, man.
Dude, I'll tell you. My wife's like, I told my wife about that, and she's like, I can't believe you didn't do anything about that. This was the other one that I had graded at C2E2.
Catwoman, Vampirella.
The furries, or well, it's the Furies, but I call them the furries because Catwoman's on there. It's such a hot cover. I love it. Dude, I got so many slabs. It's not even funny. Oh, you want to see one that's really rare? Vampirella Lady Death, The End,
Yeah.
blue foil edition.
Damn.
This is the highest graded one out of the 100? Yeah, it's limited to 100 copies. Yeah, I don't just say I collect Vampirella books. I mean it when I say I collect them. Yeah, I love the blue foils, man. That's the best accident I think that's ever happened with the Vampirella books. Oh, and then you got these. I don't know if I can show these or not, so I may not be able to, because I think one of them's got boobies on it. Oh no, it's safe to show. So I have the convention sketch edition of the Dawn Vampirella, signed by Mr. Right there, Joseph. That's 20. I was trying to think of the year. It's 2014, but yeah, it's signed by Joseph Michael Unser on there. It's the 2014 convention sketch. And then I also have the 2014 red convention sketch signed by Joseph Michael Unser. Oh, yeah, it's got it on the signature 2014. I can see it in the camera. I'm like trying to think of what year it's from. And it's in, yeah, he wrote it on both of them. I'm an idiot. Whatever. It happens, right?
It's late.
Oh, it is late. And then here's another sexy one from that I had him sign. That was 2019. Look at that bad boy right there. Sexy, sexy. And then that's number 2, and then this is number 3. I didn't get this one signed though, unfortunately. And this one I was super bummed about because this was an expensive book. John and Mary found this one for me. They're like, "Hey, we found this Dawn Vampirella." I was like, "Which one is it?" Because I needed number 3. And they're like, "Oh, it's a number 3." I'm like, "Are you sure?" And they're like, "I don't know." Well, they're like, "What's this one?" And because it's a virgin, so it's like, who knows what number it is. And
Right.
Yeah, you can see why I was disappointed. Boo! I don't even know what they docked it for.
So,
But
on the back of it, does it have the barcode or is it non-barcoded?
Barcode.
So you know how you can tell issue numbers from that, right?
How's that? Because the first 2 numbers.
No, it's actually the back end numbers. So let me see. Just grab a.
Well, I mean, like this one, it says the first 2 numbers and the last number is 03. Well, you can't really see it on there.
Of course,
it's 0341.
that one doesn't have it. So those last numbers on that second barcode, I can't
Yeah.
read yours. It's just blurring.
Well, mine's 03041. So
The 1 means it's an A cover, that last one, and then the number after that is what issue number it is. Of course, I grabbed the one comic that doesn't have the freaking barcode on it.
I don't know. You look into this way too much. I'm like, I seen the cover and I was like, yes, it's number 3.
I'm friends with the comic book owner,
I'm like, yeah, I know that's number 3 because I seen the cover, and then I was super disappointed. Like, there's nothing wrong with this book. Like, there's a little spine. It's not even a tick. It's like, I don't know.
just a minor dent.
Oh, look at this one. This one's freaking badass too. This is another one of my blue foils. Are you ready for it? You're going to get excited about this one, Jack. I'm going to put it on the full screen because it deserves full screen treatment. Are you ready for this?
I'm never ready.
Oh, look at that. It's blue foil.
Shit.
Oh, look at that. Is that not awesome? Holy bejesus. Is this a freaking sweet cover? I mean, Witchblade, Magdalena, and Vampirella in blue foil.
It's funny how much insanity from the end of the 80s through the 90s that happened to comics in general. From the foils to the holographic foils and everything else that they started doing.
So everybody always wants to know what the first Vampirella book I read was, and I always say it's the Harris #1. It was this book. It was the Adam Hughes cover, Harris #1. This was the very first Vampirella that I ever read that got me hooked on it. Like, the story in this one was incredible. Let's see, exit. So the story in this was incredible, and I love the cover on it. But I got this at that antique store that was going out of business. Like, I bought comics from them. You know, I bought the New Mutants and X-Men books, because he always had like older stuff, you know, that would fill in, you know, stuff that was missing from my collection when I was younger. But they were going out of business, so I was like, I'm gonna buy all these. It's like, this book was like $50, and I got it for like $3. I was like, hell yeah, I want that. And so, what you got going on down there, Jake?
Here, Russell. This is what Jack was trying to explain. I don't know if you can see it, but here you go. So up here,
Yeah.
it's issue 27, volume 1, first print. That's what that little barcode is. So this is issue 27. It's volume 1, and it's first print. So that's how you find out on your comics.
At least all the ones that have barcodes.
Yeah. Oh, and
that way, hopefully, they do have a barcode either on the front or the back, and that way you do not have to open it to find out what issue it is if it's a virgin cover, and you don't know.
You're just like, oh god, I gotta crack a slab.
This was so disappointing too.
But if you like Dawn.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Don Mateague is fucking phenomenal.
No, Dawn. He's talking about Dawn.
Oh,
Dawn.
Vampirella Dawn. Yeah.
You got some. Are those all prints, Anthony? Jake?
These are all Linsners.
No, I said, are those all prints?
Yeah, these are all prints. And then
did you buy them at a con or?
No, they actually just came in like a big pack of stuff I got. Like, I got these with it too. Don't worry, the boobies are covered. This is Jim Ballant.
Well, Russell was just showing the Catwoman that was drawn. So
I love Jim Ballant's work. It's black and white.
No, he's good too.
insane. I can't show those two.
What? The old guy at the LCS did that to a stack of comics I was about to buy? Jesus. Throat punch.
So, and then, I actually met, what's his name? Sorry, Stuart
Sager, yeah.
City.
Look at this one.
I actually met him
Vampirilla.
and got these prints signed by him.
I love this cover. It's like a hollow foil and it's got the raised I can't think of the freaking embossing. That's the word I'm looking for. It's got the raised embossing on it. And it's a full wraparound cover too.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. Those wolves are like, woo, look at the view.
I know, they're not even looking at the moon.
No, they're not. They're like, ooh.
Or are they?
Or are they? Yeah.
But yeah, he was just at this little mini con in Indianapolis, and I got all these cool prints signed by him.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy. And then Robert Fleming, I don't know, he's like a small con book writer, but his stuff's pretty good.
J. Scott Campbell.
Yep.
And then this is one of my favorites right here. And not just because of the reason that you're going to see that you're going to think it is, but this cover is fantastic. But what better of a way to get this fantastic cover?
Because of the 9.9?
It's a 9.9. Look at this cover.
9.9.
9.9.
9.9. Oh.
Look at the freaking. I love the sketch covers, and I was like, I have to have this freaking Madura wraparound. And then when it came back, I was like, yeah, I almost had a stroke, literally.
Never have that signed.
Why? What do you mean?
I hear too many horror stories of people getting that have like a 10 or a 9.9 and they try and get it signed and it's not that great anymore.
Oh, once the book's graded, I won't crack it to get it signed. There only will be one book I might ever crack and get it signed if I end up getting it. I don't know. I haven't ever heard that Ed wants to part with it. But when he went live with me for that first time on Russ Explode Studios, I did the moderating, read the comments for him, and he did. Oh, I don't know why I'm on. Sorry, I didn't mean to not switch it back. Brain fart. When I had Ed on and he did that first live draw, and I moderated and read the comments for him so he could talk to the audience. He was like, he messaged me. He's like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do on the live stream tonight. And he sent it over, and I was like, holy shit, Willem Dafoe as the Joker, Willem the Joker. I'm like, dude. I'm like, I've been saying it for years that Dafoe, man, he would make the best Joker. I'm like, I want it. Like, it ain't even done yet. I want it. I'm like, and so, like, I keep telling him, like, hey, are you going to sell that? Because I really want it. And he's still been working on it. And, like, I don't know if you've seen the progress on it, but it looks freaking phenomenal. But I swear to God, if he grades it and signs it and he does end up selling it, or if he signs and grades it and sends it off, oh, for fuck's sake. If he signs it and sends it off for grading and he sells it to me, I would get it cracked if I met Willem Dafoe at a convention. Or if I knew he was going to be somewhere, I would take it with me and I would totally crack it and have it signed in front of CGC. Like, no ands, ifs, or buts. I would not care what grade it came back. It could go from a 9.8 to like a 5. But just to have, because it looks great. I mean, like, I think Willem Dafoe would shit if he's seen this. The fact that it was stippled with all those little dots. And just to be like, wow, look at the detail on it. It looks just like me. And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? You'd make a great freaking Joker, man. But Ed and I were talking about, I was like, when he was live the last time, when he was finishing doing the left side of his face. And I was like, if you sign that and send it off for grading, if I ever knew I was going to meet Willem Dafoe, that would be the one book I would crack. And I'd be like, please sign this for me. because it would be awesome. I always wanted to meet Willem Dafoe. I hear he's a douche, but people say that about a lot of people, and it could just be a bad day. I think he's cool. The movies that he's in and the parts that he plays, and his just the zany way that he that zany face and that kind of aura that he gives off about him. Like, I think we would totally click. Like, we would just sit around and joke and drink beer and talk about just random crazy shit. I think he'd be a pretty cool dude. I don't care what anybody says. I'll give everybody a chance, right?
A chance or a few chances?
I give everybody a few chances.
Okay.
Unless they do something really bad.
This book, the back ad makes no sense on this book. So it's Frankenstein magazine, which is pretty cool in its own right. Because you get like a story, and you get real pictures. It's pretty cool. It's like pretty freaky stuff.
Danny said, "I'll crack a slab open real quick. I don't give a fuck."
It's like really, really, really cool stuff in these Frankenstein magazines.
Yeah, those are really cool. I love all the old horror books. They got such cool
Aren't
shit.
those hard to find?
And then on the back,
Star Trek poster.
it's like,
Well, the reason why is because a lot of the eerie story books and some of the strange, or not the strange, the eerie, the Vampirella, and some of the other monster books had a lot of sci-fi stuff. Like, some of them had crossovers with Star Wars, some of them had crossovers with Star Trek. Like, there was one of the horror books that was like had like 5 or 6 like Star Trek posters on the inside of the book. It was some crazy stuff. I think he's looking to see if he can find one. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, there's one on eBay right now for $1,000. It's mine. You want it?"
no, I was just looking to see if
How rare it is.
how rare these are. I didn't know they were even that, if they were rare or not, but they're not on comic.
Because to my knowledge, most of the books like Frankenstein and stuff like that, the old horror books, they're harder to find now. Because obviously,
like the ones I just had up here, like none of these. Oh crap! Where did I just put them? Like Witching Hour and Haunting Horrors and stuff like that. I got Lassie. If anybody wants Lassie.
Is Timmy in the well?
I mean, you'll get more words in Lassie than you will in a modern age book on one page. This is from 1954. Damn.
Well, guys, I better call it a night. I'm hitting that where my mind's just gone. And my wife texted me and said she's tired, so I better call it a night.
Yeah, it's almost 3 hours in.
Yeah. I overdid it today.
I got
I was about to ask, is there even anybody still on the stream other than us?
Oh, we got 3 people in, unless like you guys are watching it on another thing. I think Danny's here. He's the only one commenting. We got like 2 stragglers that are just like, maybe Trish fell asleep because she said she was trying to get comfortable and she fell asleep with the stream open. Like right now, she's dreaming about the show. She's gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, "Was it a dream, or was I really listening to these guys talk about crazy shit?" We went from one tangent to another. I don't even know how we got on half of the things we get on. I don't know how we get on half the stuff we get on half of the shows, but it's fun. And
That's how our minds work. That's how it works.
Yeah, and I mean, the good thing is I'm good at derailing, because usually if I derail, I'll always come back to where I was. Like 99% of the time, unless I'm having a really bad day. Like the other day, like when Jonathan Syfax was on, I was like, I couldn't talk like to save my life. I was so wore out. I was so tired. I was
the classic It.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was by Monty right there.
Michael Moore?
Monty Anderson.
Oh.
Yeah. he did these. That he gave me those when I for my T-shirt. That's gonna
Can we
be
get a
my
close up of your art?
oh,
Of course, I lose.
You got Gizmo, you got the Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Stay Puft Marshmallow.
she's supposed to be from Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boo.
And you got a Spider-Man apron on. I
Yeah.
love it. False
And
advertising.
your
He has a Spider-Man apron on, but in his freaking show, he always is wearing like DC stuff. He's always got like a Superman or a Superwoman or.
Hey, well, DC costs less. DC
and that's no. So that's even more funny considering their book prices are way higher than Marvel's right now.
DC aprons came in bundles for less than one Marvel apron.
Marvel shit's expensive. I bought Roderick a Spider-Man shirt like 2 years ago at Walmart. It was like here's a shirt, $5. Here was this Marvel Spider-Man shirt that he couldn't live without. It was $22.99. I'm like, dude, you're gonna wear this for like 3 months and you're gonna outgrow it. I'm like, guess what, Adrian? You're gonna like Spider-Man because you're wearing this freaking $23 shirt.
Well, unless of course Roderick destroys it. So
Oh no, she wore it. She's like, I love my Spider-Man shirt, and Roderick would be like, that's my shirt. I'm like, bullshit. Well, you outgrew it. It's hers now. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, guys. Thanks for so much for being on tonight. It was fun chatting and getting to unwind and listen. I'm sure the people watching are like, these guys are a bunch of dipshits, but yeah, it's all good. It's fun. That's all that matters.
That comes
We
with the
had
territory.
Hey, we had fun. We're gonna. We even had some crazy comments. Like I'm still can't get over that comment earlier. I'm still dying about it. I mean, we had the computer kid said hi, and then he ducked out. He was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." And then we had this guy. Like I was just like, "Oh man!" And then I guess he didn't like my answer, and he just ducked out on us. I don't know. I was gonna have some fun with this. I was like, I was waiting for a response, and I'm like,
Christ.
where am I gonna go with this? Or were you not here earlier when this came through?
No, I didn't see that one.
Oh man, we had a lot of fun with this one. Oh man, I had a lot of fun with it. And then he didn't respond back, and I was super upset. Whoever it was. Hopefully they come back in another show and I can have some more fun with it. And then this is what Danny and then Trish is like, I'm sorry about that guy. I'm like, why are you sorry, Trish? You shouldn't be sorry. It's not your fault unless you invited him here, which is fine. We were going to have some fun with it anyway. But everybody, thanks for watching. This has been a totally off the wall show, like never has been. Oh, hold on, we got to end it. I got to put the wig back on. I forgot I took it off earlier because it was hurting my head. Hold on. And yes, I put this on because this foam pad and this freaking thing kills my head, but it's so much fun wearing it. The wig ate Rust Explode. Oh, there he is. So, yeah, here we go. We're going to close it out.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
What are those things from Star Trek? Those freaking those little furry things. Damn it, what do they call
it? Tremels or something like that, right?
Trebles. Freaking, it's eating me. So, guys, thanks so much for being here. If you guys missed it, you can go back and rewatch all 3 hours of the insanity that ensued tonight. Good luck, because you're going to be like going on a train that goes on 18 different tracks. And then we got to the second book, and all hell broke loose. But we had a nice good stint with it, and we gave WonderDuck for everybody that's watching tonight. And if anybody has any questions about Xenonanite Titan, we never got to the Q&A on that because there's nobody here, and it's all good. Everybody was like, I'm going to bed because these guys are cuckoo. Oh, and we've got... All right, hold on.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
I can't believe you found a life-size version of it.
Yeah, right.
Man, I would so like just scare the shit out of my kids with that every chance I get. I mean,
Your
there's
son
only
would scare the shit out of your wife with that.
exactly.
A lady down in Mexico makes them. I found it and I was just like, I gotta have it.
I found one too.
Right?
It's not for sale. I mean, I found one. It
Okay,
was at the
okay.
post.
When I first saw that picture, I was just like, that's the guy from Spider-Man 1, the old dude. That's Harry Osborn. I forget his name. Boondock Saints. What is his name?
Oh, I can't think of it either. I know who you're talking about. You're asking the wrong person. It's like past my bedtime. But
When
yeah.
when I first saw him, I was like, hey, that's that dude from Spider-Man.
No, it's Steph Wilson.
I love how you're thinking William Dafoe and Steph Wilson look alike.
Oh, you're talking about Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, the first Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Harry Osborn. Or the Boondock Saints, the transvestite cop.
Yep,
Willem Dafoe.
Yep, the one we were just talking about. So I'm gonna call it a night, guys. Thanks a lot for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for everybody for watching. I know we totally derailed and went off the tracks, and this has been the most unorthodox show ever in the world, but that's what we do here at Russ Explode Studios. So thanks for hanging out, and thanks for hanging out on Blue Balls Reviews, Comic and Book Talk. That's right. There's blue balls on a fence. Thanks to Danny D and Christina Haggerty for that. Much appreciated.
But it's only one set.
It's only one set. So we're going to give WonderDuck 5 exploding blue balls. And we're going to give Russ 5377. We're going to stay on the fence about it. I don't know. I got to go back and reread it without it being broken up like 18 times. I think we started putting things together.
Well, that and us on tangents and comments. So.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Way to ruin it. George is going to go back and watch all 3 hours of this, and he's going to be like, I'm canceling my show with this dude. I'm not going on with him because not only is he crazy, them other cats on there are crazy. And, yeah, he's like, I don't know what to think about this. Like, they loved the first book and the second book. All they did was crack jokes at it the whole time. So, George, if you go back and you watch this and you make it all the way here, I apologize for these two knuckleheads over there or over there, whatever. These two right here.
It's just,
and I apologize for me too.
So
what can I say?
So George, just blame me. It wasn't Russell's fault. Yeah. Just blame me.
That's what I get for bringing in Jack Napier, fucking
the
Joker.
One page, George, it just caught me off guard. Yeah.
Get out of here.
And Russell tried to skip over it real quick. You've seen that, Jack. He was like, "Oh, we're just going to skip down," and didn't even want to comment on the.
Yeah, we're not going to comment on it. All right, we're going to move on.
Hold up. Anyway, I got a question about your Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So I just backed the hardcover book. There's like 1 in 5. There's like 5 of them. Are you going to sign those?
Oh yeah. So dude, I'm sorry, man. No, I'm sorry, man. Like it literally is no joke. Like Fibro Fog is unbelievable. Like I could yesterday I was filling out my paperwork at work and like my boss is gonna look at it on Monday and be like, what the fuck was he smoking? Because there's like 18 things crossed out and rewrote because I had no fucking idea what I was writing down on. And so it was terrible. So yes, now that my brain processed what you were asking me, because I'm like, so yes, when the Kickstarter ends and you get your surveys, I will be signing every book that if people want them.
Sweet.
So there is an option to add extra copies in case people want a signed and an unsigned. Like an extra soft cover is $20. I will sign whatever you guys want. When the Kickstarter ends, when I say, hey, what if you bought one of the CB4K t-shirts, what size do you want? And then one of the other questions will be, how many, do you want your book signed? And if you bought extra copies, do you want those signed as well? And then, people can be like, hey, I bought 4 copies. I want 2 signed, 2 unsigned. Because I'm gonna be donating copies too to like the library and stuff like that here in town, so people will have something new and cool to read. But yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, yeah, if you want it signed, I'll sign it. So yeah, definitely.
I mean,
be
there's
like,
only 5 of them, so hell yeah.
yeah. Well, there's 25 of them, but there's only
20.
5. Yeah, but there's only 5. Yeah. I just want to make sure you caught the disclaimer on that because I put it on there because the world we live in, I knew somebody would be like, "What? You said there's only 5 of these books," and so I'm like,
Right.
"Look, there's 25. The editor and the artist and I will have the copies, and the 5 are available to the public." But yes, and I will sign it. However you want. I'll even personalize it.
Jake, when Russell told me about this 5 copies and actual being 25, and he went down the rundown to me, he sent me a message for it, and I didn't like fully comprehend the message, so I wasn't understanding like how is there only 5, and like where are all these copies going? So we had to have a actual conversation outside of Messenger just so he can go, no, this is what's happening, and it's like, I'm an idiot.
This is what hung them up because I was like, okay, 15 of them are going to the artist and the editor, 5 are going to the public, and I'm keeping 5. I'm giving 2 to the kids, and I'm keeping a copy of the hardcover. And so he was getting hung up thinking I was giving 1 copy to each kid. That was 2 copies. And he's like, where are the other 2 copies going? I'm like, I don't know where you're coming up with these extra 2 copies. I'm like, all right, here's the math. 5, 15, and then 2 to each kid and 1 to me. That's 5. That's 25 copies, Jack. I'm like, you got to keep your number straight, man. I'm like, look, we got 2 going to this kid and 2 going to this kid, and I got 1 coming to me. So look, man, we got 5, and 15. Where are you coming up where these other 2 books at?
Oh, are you going to number them?
Yeah, so yeah.
Are you going to number them?
That is to be determined. I want to. I may have to inscribe it on the inside with marker just because of the limitations of book printing versus comic book printing.
Right.
So,
and I'm thinking for my character, a samurai like chef or something like that.
A samurai chef. Okay.
As long as he's got a fro, right?
Get out of here, guys. All right, I'm calling it a night on this note. My brain's done. I can't take any more. I'm done. I'm taking off the wig. I'm throwing in the towel. I've had enough. You guys are breaking my.
I don't think it's gonna balance, Jake.
I got an egg-shaped head. I'm holding it. I can do this. I can get this balanced. Come on. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, he actually got it balanced.
Yeah, and in like 18 minutes, we're gonna like hear tomorrow that Jake was murdered by this doll from Mexico, and it's gonna be a fucking movie in like 10 years, like the La Cava stories.
Well, what's that horror movie with the wooden doll that like has the little knife goes after the lady's ankles?
Oh yeah, it's that horror anthology. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
It's a wooden doll from Africa, and it goes after this woman, and he's like,
I'm looking it up.
Little tiny pick knife.
Yeah, she goes in and tries to shut it in the oven and turn the oven on. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Jumps out at her. Just think of like the production of trying to like make this killer little doll.
Yeah, it's an African doll. I know exactly what you're talking about because it's really funny that you bring that up because my coworker Dan and I were talking about the movie and how terrible of a movie it was, and we looked up the scene on YouTube and we were cracking up. So it's in my YouTube history. I will go back and look at and see what the heck the name of it. Oh wait, I'm on YouTube on here. It's got my history. You probably
so on the comment. I mean, on the disclaimer or the whatever header of this. Just tell them watch the first hour.
Disclaimer, watch the first hour. Don't go back and watch anything else on the show. You will regret it. Don't do it.
Last 2 hours are at your own risk.
Watch at your own risk.
See, I
No,
love how
I also love how Russell keeps trying to leave and we keep bringing him back.
I do love how you guys you have the banner set up. It's so nice. And your Jack stuff is all nice and organized and everything. And then
And it looks like you're in a clusterfuck.
it looks like I just stopped being homeless for 5 years. And
It's all right. We'll forgive you. All right, history.
Come on,
We're looking this shit up.
we collect things. We're hoarders. It's simple as that.
I don't even think there's anything in these boxes.
Hey, I've learned something. I watch way too many YouTube videos.
These are ties from Italy.
Oh my gosh.
See,
that
but you
video.
pulled all that other stuff real quickly when you were showing it off earlier. So clearly you have organization, because otherwise you wouldn't have been able to find that.
That's my bed I sleep on.
Let's see.
I've seen way worse, man.
There's a random toolbox. Oh
my gosh, Blumpkin the Pumpkin. That was the funniest fucking video ever. If you guys haven't seen Blumpkin the Pumpkin, you gotta go watch it.
One of them old vibrating football machines. Vibrating football.
Yeah. God, what is that called? I know they have a specific name. Jesus Christ.
True Action Electric football game. No idea what those are. Just board games.
Man, I watched some of the most random videos.
That penguin. It's a replica of the one in the first Batman movie. They made a replica. Yeah. And there's only, I have to check the thing again, but there is only 300 of them. I got 146. I was like, I needed another hand for 6.
Well, it wasn't helping that the ceiling fan behind you with the light while you were trying to display your other hand either.
Screw that light. You're staying here. I don't care. Look up at me.
I'm Batman.
There we go. You can sit on my shoulder to block the light. There you go. I forget this dude's name. He had a name. He was like the leader.
Yeah, I don't remember the name either.
I want to say
it's
Spike.
been too long since I've seen the movies.
I think that's Gremlins. Gremlins is Spike. I love Critters, though. I would rent those movies from Blockbuster.
They're great. They're fun, stupid movies as always.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just had this set up.
Did you find it yet, Russell?
No, I'm all the way. I'm just now to July last year.
Jesus.
Yeah, I get bored at work and I just watch random YouTube videos, and some of them are freaking funny as hell.
That sort of works, I guess.
Yeah, I think I broke it. I got to June and it's broke.
Here.
Now, you sure you sleep on that bed and not your daughter? Because it looks like your daughter can fit easier on that bed.
Oh, no. I just added stuff to it, so all that stuff wasn't there. See, I sleep this way in this much space. No, my daughter at the moment's down with her mother in North Carolina. So.
No, see, he's lying to you. That's not a bed. That's the couch, and he calls it a bed because he sleeps there so often. What is that?
Yeah, can't see it.
Metro Burger.
Oh, yeah. Violator. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You've been violated. Yeah, like here's a random video. What does dry ice do in a microwave? Like I see that and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm watching this.
Speaking of which, that's where my daughter's name came from. First appearance of
Isn't
Angela.
that where
Good
all
old
kids?
Angela.
Isn't that where all kids' names come from? Because they're Spawn.
No, I actually had to trick my freaking ex into. It's like, how about Angela? She's like, oh yeah, that sounds good. And then after we named her, I was like, that's a comic book name.
To this one awesome comic.
And then I showed her who it was. She's like, really, this is our daughter. Like that. She has action figures.
Well, I mean, you could have called her Wanda, Cyan.
I was going through all the girl names and she didn't like them. And then I said Angela, and it stuck. It was like, see, here,
What were some of the other ones that you mentioned, though?
Angela. I was like Lois. I think Wanda was one of them. And I like Constantine. That would be a cool girl's name.
Constantine's a nice name.
Gwen. I was going to go with Gwen. Gwen Stacy.
Gwen or Gwendolyn?
Gwen. What else was there? There was like a whole bunch of them I had. I had a good list of them. That I just...
Oh my god, that was the funniest thing I've ever sent anybody. You know that guy where he's like, I'm a snake.
I can find this video faster.
I'm a slippery, slithery, slimy snake. You know that video? I sent that to Carrie.
No.
Oh my gosh, you gotta look up on YouTube, I'm a snake. If I wouldn't get kicked for playing another video on YouTube that's been copyrighted, look it up. You'll die laughing. I sent it to Carrie Ann and stuff because we were talking about he drew that snake and I was like, I'm a snake in the comments, and everybody was cracking up and Steph's like, what is he talking about? I'm like, I'm a slithery, slippery, slimy, slithery snake, and they were like, so I sent it to Carrie, and that was from April 16th of last year.
Did you find the wooden doll?
Fuck no, I didn't find it. Are you kidding me?
Just look, just search. I'm sure.
I freaking
search it. You'll better than find it than like looking at your history.
I tried searching. I couldn't find anything about African wooden doll with knife. I tried everything.
Horror movie, African doll.
And if this was his last day on Earth, his search
Like
engine
it would be
would
easier if I would just text Dan and be like, Dan, what was the name of that movie we were talking about? I'm going.
You mean to wake Dan up?
Yeah, I'm throwing in the towel. I'm done. Bye, YouTube.
I'll find it. I have like 3% on
Horror African wooden doll knife. There, we'll make it fucking easy for you or Google. Trilogy of Terror. Trilogy of Terror. That's what it's called. And yes, this is hilarious. It's the Trilogy of Terror. I got to see if I can find a picture of the doll. Right. What? Yeah, I know you found it. I found it before you did. So, yeah, here you go. Here you go. Here's the picture of it. Whoa. Wow, here I'm thinking it's a touch screen.
1975.
Yeah, Zuni doll. That's what it was called.
Oh,
it's a Zuni fetish doll.
You can actually watch the whole movie on YouTube.
Yeah, it's available on YouTube. There it is, Jack. It's freaking hilarious.
I know I've seen that before.
See him?
But I've never seen the movie. I've seen that
I can't
picture.
Move the computer any closer, but it's hilarious. The little freaking tiny spear knife thing that he has. It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I'm going to bed, guys. Good night, everyone. Thanks for watching. Jack, Jake, thanks for being here.
Wait, doesn't?
No, you're bye. We can't hear you. What, Jake? I'm sorry. So anyway, Jake is no longer allowed to speak anymore on the show. I'm just kidding, Jake. But for real, I gotta go to bed, guys. If I go any longer, I'm gonna regret it tomorrow.
It's like
Get out of here! No, let's see. No, let's see.
I'm just gonna say he looks like a Muppet. Speaking of Muppets,
Good night. I'm kicking everybody to the
night.
back room.
Dr. Seuss.
Doctor who? Dr. Soup.
Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, go to sleepish.
That's
Yeah,
racist.
weren't they just canceling him?
All right, guys, I'm kicking you to the back room. We're gonna close this down. I'll be back in a second. Bye. Everyone, thanks for watching. Yeah, we're crazy and we stay up way too late and talk about stupid random things because it's fun. And I probably missed a bunch of comments on here because, night, Danny. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry we derailed for so long. So we're going to play the outro and we're going to call it a night. So everyone, have a great night. Thanks for watching. And 5 exploding blue balls for WonderDuck. And yeah, I'm going to try Russ 5377 again. And we'll come back to that one.